Pittsburgh Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more about Crawcan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet, check them out online at ckt.net. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chanute, Kansas. Chanute High School getting set for tonight's SEK League matchup between the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons and the Chanute Blue Comets. I'm Josh Lettner, alongside me, Michael Kissel. And the Dragons coming off wins, both boys and girls, on the road Tuesday night at Parsons. The girls won by 20, 66-46 over the Vikings. The boys won their matchup 66-37. And Dragon girls at 4-5 on the season, 1-2 in the SEK League. The boys at 5-4, 2-1 in SEK League play. The Chanute girls coming into tonight's game 5-2, 1-1 in league play. The boys also 5-2, 1-1 in league play. We'll talk more about that as we get into the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on the other side of the break. The Dragons and the Blue Comets coming up on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find two links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense pro.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with...
Welcome back to Chanute, Kansas. Getting set for tonight's matchup between the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons and the Chanute Blue Comets. This is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters. From personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments, CNB has the tools you need with the services you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. So like we mentioned in the intro, Dragons coming off a couple of big road wins over Parsons earlier this week, and the girls pick up their first win in SEK League play, and the boys got their second win in SEK League play. A couple of lopsided victories over a couple of struggling Parsons teams last week, but tonight's going to be a very different story, as both the Chanute girls and boys are experiencing a lot more success this season than Parsons is, and the Dragons going to have to play a good game, both boys and girls tonight, here to come out on top. Chanute, the girls 5-2, 1-1 in league play. They're coming off a 50-34 win on the road at Labette County on Tuesday night. And just a pretty solid girls team, and the Dragons have been up and down this season, but looked pretty good Tuesday night against Parsons as they came away with a 20-point win. And Michael, we're going to bring you in here, and the Dragons really pressured Parsons throughout that game. The Vikings really couldn't handle it, turned the ball over a bunch of times, and the Dragons, despite some turnovers of their own, able to get shots to fall and came away with the big win. Some big three-point buckets by Hertrich in that game really powered the Dragon offense.
Yeah, we saw an identity at Pittsburgh that was a winning identity. If they can put all those things together regularly, we should see a lot more success coming up. They did a great job of pressing, like we mentioned, against that Parsons team. You mentioned earlier in the car, they had a skinny roster. That helped a lot.
Yep.
So they took advantage of that. They can only rotate about 7 girls the whole game, and they tired them out quickly, mentally wore them out. Did a great job with that, and if they can do that, they should generate more turnovers, more offensive opportunities, and hopefully let these shooters, catch fire again and make that lead early on, expand.
Yeah, and then on the boys' side, the Dragons really kind of dominated that game in much the same fashion. The defensive pressure gave Parsons fits all night, and the Dragons, man, the shots were falling. I think if they could play every game in that gym, they'd be happy to do so because, man, the three-point shots, no matter who was taking them, were falling. Jamarcus Davis was doing a great job of drawing contact, getting to the bucket, and the Dragons as a team passed the ball well in transition. It just was probably their best-looking overall game of the season.
Yeah, for sure. English did a great job at the arc early on. She did a great job in the perimeter and the post. We saw Anna Jorge had a couple buckets down there. She looked very confident in the post. Odessa Reed, everybody looked on. They were firing on all cylinders offensively and defensively too. They were making no mistakes.
Yeah, Mackenzie English came out and hit 3 3-point buckets on her way to 14 points in that first quarter against Parsons. And from then on, her teammates did a really good job of kind of helping her close that one out. It's not that she didn't continue to score throughout the game, but that first quarter, the 14 points from her really got Pittsburgh rolling. It'll be interesting to see if English can get it going early here tonight against Chanute. We've seen earlier in the season she really sometimes struggles to get the offense going early in ball games, or if she does get it going early in games, sometimes there's a quarter where she'll just disappear, but not the case Tuesday night against Parsons, and hopefully the Dragons can get some consistent production out of her tonight, keep her out of foul trouble.
Yeah, English seems to be the catalyst to this Pittsburgh offense. When she gets going, the rest of the offense gets going. They just kind of need that leadership out of her, that get-go out of her. They kind of need that encouragement. And when she brings it, the team, it's a trend that they are very successful offensively as a bunch.
And whether the shots have been falling or not this season, the Dragons' defense is a constant. They are tenacious defensively and caused a lot of turnovers against Parsons. It led to some easy run-out buckets for the Dragons. And then Sophia Hertrich really shot the ball well. And as a team, the Dragons shot the ball pretty well. Anna Jorge was a real pesky defender, gave Parsons fits all night. And I think the Dragons are going to need that type of defensive effort if they're going to come out of here with a win tonight.
Yeah, they need to punch them in the mouth. The Chanute team is the polar opposite of Parsons. So they got to bring that sort of attitude that they want to win. They got to take care of the basketball. I feel like we say it every night, but that's because it's true. They lose possessions if they get turnovers. So we got to limit those loss of possessions. We want to try to give ourselves more possessions than Chanute by forcing turnovers with our high pressure offense and our pesky defenders. So we got to stay disciplined in that category, and that'll be a good jump start to a victory.
Oh, we're giving spoilers to our keys to the game. That's we're going to have to stop doing that. This seems like a good time to step away for a quick break. We'll come back, get you those keys to the game. Starting lineups, we're about 10 minutes away from tip-off here in Chanute. The Dragons and the Blue Comets coming up on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back to Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas, getting set for tonight's matchup between the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons and the Chanute Blue Comets. And let's go ahead and talk some keys to the game. Your keys to the game brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburgh on the corner of 4th and Joplin since 1948. That's when Dewey beat Truman.
Oh, man.
Yeah, with John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, those dudes will align it. From golf carts and side-by-sides all the way up to F550s and small buses, they'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment, 620-231-6230. All right, your keys to the game. We already spoiled it earlier in our little diatribes we were having earlier. But for Pittsburgh, the keys, Michael, got to be the defensive pressure, and then on the opposite, on the offensive end of the floor, just simply take care of the basketball and allow yourself some longer possessions, but at least good shots. And the Dragons have struggled sometimes this season to take care of the basketball, but when they've managed to do so, they're a pretty tough team. Yeah, no, for sure. The underlying issue has been turnovers. The amount of turnovers we can cause with our defense and our underlying pressure, and on the opposite end of the spectrum is how many turnovers we generate just by sometimes poor decision making, thinking somebody's open when they're not, the trap. Simply press break. We've seen a lot of teams run press against us in the second half of games, figuring out that we are poor at handling that pressure. So we got to be more disciplined and find the better pass. They give us 35 seconds on the shot clock, 10 seconds to bring the ball up. We got to utilize that time a little better. And I want to add a key there, and that is just kind of, and you addressed it a little bit there, and that's play at a controlled pace. Because sometimes the Dragons seem like they get hurried up, and when teams hurry them up, that's when those mistakes can happen. And sometimes you just got to take a beat, take a breath, and make the good pass, make the smart play. And when the Dragons are able to do that, they look real good. Yep. So we hope that these girls can get that done here in this game tonight. We do have another break to get in here before tip-off. We're about 5 minutes away from tip here in Chanute. We'll go ahead and take that break now. We'll come back, get you your starting lineups, and tip-off. Dragons and the Blue Comets coming up on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan. A plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas. About 3 minutes away from tip-off of tonight's game between the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons and the Chanute Blue Comets. On the girls' side, the Dragons 1-2 in SEK League play. Chanute's girls 1-1. And it's strange that Chanute's boys and girls both have the same record, and slightly
really
confusing when I'm looking at this sheet. I'm always trying to make sure that I'm looking at the girls and not the guys. The girls are coming off a 50-34 win on the road at Labette County on Tuesday night, and looking to keep their winning ways going. The Dragons won a game by 20 on Tuesday night on the road at Parsons, and the Vikings struggling this year, and the Dragons kept the struggle bus rolling in Parsons, and they're looking to keep their positive momentum going here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Purple Dragons, only one change to our normal starting five for the Dragons. They'll start number 2, senior Odessa Reed, number 4, senior Anna Jorge, number 11, senior Sophia Hertrich, number 21, sophomore Angie Miller, and number 30, sophomore Mackenzie English. For Chanute, they'll start number 1, 5'7", freshman guard Kate Uner, number 5, a 5'3" junior guard Sarah Uner, number 11, a 5'7" sophomore guard Bryna Peter, number 24, a 5'10"
We'd like to welcome our visitors of Pittsburgh.
A 5'10" forward senior Avery Hicks, and number 25, a 5'5" guard freshman Grace Lubring. So Chanute, a good record, a lot of young talent on that team, but a lot, like, what, 3 freshmen in that starting lineup. So it'll be interesting to see if the Dragons the defensive pressure can rattle them at all here tonight. And we'll see here coming up on the other side of this tip-off, our opening tip. We'll get to it here. I got to do this because I'll miss it if I don't.
In accordance with the Kansas State Fire Marshal.
Our opening tip-off brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt's heavy. So trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install or repair, driveways, rock hauling and leveling. Call B&B Excavating at 620-724-2735. We're going to take a break here for a second. Well, we're going to be quiet anyway for the national anthem, and we'll be right back.
Tonight's anthem will be performed by the Chanute High School Select Ensemble under the direction of Mrs. Rebecca Davis.
Well, that was a heck of a rendition of our national anthem by the show choir here at Chanute. Great job. And I'm no musician, but that sounded really good to my untrained ear.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Vocal range is there.
Number 2, senior Odessa Reed.
Very harmonizing.
Yes.
For the Comets, a 5'7" freshman. Number 1, Kate Unier.
I think we have an all-female officiating crew for this girls' game as well. You don't see that very often in Kansas high school basketball, so right on.
Yeah,
right
that's
on.
good to see for the sport.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen one female officiator since the league started.
No.
Since this season started.
That's why I mentioned it, is that it's out of the ordinary.
I thought we were talking about there's 3 freshmen on the Chanute side starting.
Yeah.
Hopefully our pressure, they're younger. Hopefully that
we'll see.
Lack of experience could get the jump on them. We hopefully get the lead early.
For the Blue Comets, a 5'10" senior.
Good crowd on hand. One of those high school gymnasiums where it's not going to take a lot of people to make a lot of noise in here. And the Chanute Pep Band is over across the way from us, so they're going to make things loud in here, I'm for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad Parsons didn't have a Pep Band out. Maybe we wouldn't be able to hear ourselves think.
Yeah, we'd have been sitting right next to them if they did. Yeah.
I thought you were sitting right next to everybody, though.
Yeah. I called a game once from Independence where I was literally sitting next to the drummer for the Pep Band. Like, could have reached out and touched him on the shoulder. That made for a very loud broadcast.
What's going on?
How about that action?
Yeah.
Coach Jesse Moss just came up and gave me his starter. I didn't even have to get out of my chair. That's service, man.
We can appreciate that.
Yeah. How about it?
Didn't think you can make me like him more, but.
Yeah. Jeez. Dragons, we're underway here. Odessa Reed got the tip, but Chanute's going to control it. Grace Lubring with it now for the Blue Comets. Driving down into the block. She's in trouble. Kicks it back out. This is Kate Uner. She'll hand it off to Lubring again. A shot from the outside, no good. And the Karem's out of bounds. And it'll be Dragon basketball. So Chanute moving the ball really quickly. Got an open look. Couldn't get it to fall. Now the Dragons get their first shot on the offensive end. And we see that Chanute's going to apply some full court pressure. And this is a test here for the Dragons, as obviously Chanute's coaching staff has watched the tape on the Dragons and seen that they kind of have struggled this season so far with the pressure, and they're going to apply it here early. Anna Jorge with it up top, gives it up to Sophia Hertrich. Now Mackenzie English with it at the elbow. She'll kick it down low to Reed. Anna Jorge driving off the glass, too strong. A battle for the rebound. Chanute's going to come away with a loose ball, as Reed was the lone purple jersey under there with it. She couldn't come away with it. And there's just an unassisted, unforced turnover by Chanute. Ends up in the hands of Jorge, off the glass and good. And the Dragons out to an early 2-0 lead. I think that was a turf monster, or that's what we call it in football anyway. Might check and make sure there's not a loose board out there on the floor, and then a carry called on Sarah Uner. And that's going to turn it over to the Dragons again.
Now, if you're Chanute, that's what you cannot do. Come out early on and give up 2 free turnovers, not even assisted by the defense.
Yeah. Well, they got a good look their first time down the floor, but a couple of turnovers now, and the Dragons back with it again, trying to build on a 2-point lead. Reed working in the lane, too much traffic, kicks it out to Hertrich. Her shot on the way, too strong off the back iron, and Reed almost went over the back of, I'm trying to see who that is here. Check my Chanute roster. That's Avery Hicks. And she's fortunate not to come away with a foul there. The Now Chanute with the ball. Bryna Peter as they get it down low to Hicks. Poked away from her by English, but it will stay with Chanute. But English did a good job to recover defensively and poke that one away, because I thought for a second Hicks had a real open look at it.
Yet again, Pittsburgh doing a great job taking their hands to the basketball, trying to force another turnover.
And Hertrich denies the inbounds pass. It'll stay with Chanute. We'll do it again.
You can see they're doing a great job early on, like I just mentioned, taking their hands to the basketball.
And there's a pushing foul. Who did they call that on?
Offensive.
Offensive foul against Chanute, against Bryna Peter. And this officiating crew just calling it pretty tight here to start the game tonight. No shenanigans. English going to handle it across the timeline for the Dragons. Drives, spinning into the lane, loses it, gets it back. Off the glass and good. Wasn't the prettiest, but Kinsey English recovered and got a twisting shot off in the middle of the lane, and it's falls. Dragons leading it 4-0. Quick pass ahead to Kate Uner into the lane. Now she kicks it back out. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to English. Ahead to Hertrich, and ahead now to Angie Miller streaking down the floor. Off the glass and good for Miller. Dragons out to a 6-0 lead, and Coach Dustin Fox wants a timeout to talk it over with his team. 5:45 to play first quarter. Dragons leading it 6-0. Was that a full? Or
I never saw.
I didn't see an indication.
But I will say,
everybody's standing. It's a 30.
Pittsburgh, they're doing a great job of speeding up the Chanute offensive pressure early on. It's giving Chanute a hard time. They're swinging the ball quicker than it feels like they can handle. So that's generating some rough shots. Those three-point shots didn't look too comfortable. Getting easy rebounds and transition buckets already.
Yeah, the defense a big factor here early for the Dragons, and we've talked about it all season. Defense turned into offense, and we're seeing that here early out of Pittsburgh. Their lone non-transition bucket was that shot in the middle of the lane by English that she got to drop. But other than that, everything's been a fast break opportunity for the Dragons thus far.
Yeah, but if you're Pittsburgh, that's another person you want to see get going early on is English.
Now Chanute with it coming out of the timeout. Grace Lubering handling up the floor. She'll get it to Uner. Now this is Bryna Peter with it. Back to Uner on the baseline. Shot won't go, but she tracks down her own rebound. Now she's going back to the baseline, and we're going to get a blocking foul called against Sophia Hertrich.
Now what they do so well is pressure, obviously, but you got to be disciplined. You still got to box out. You can't give those extra second chance points.
Three-point attempt, no good. Rebound comes down to Reed. She'll give it up to Miller. And the Dragons with an opportunity to build on a 6-point lead here early in this one. Gives it up to English at the elbow. English will put it on the floor into a triple team into the lane. Forces one up, no good. Reed with the rebound and a lot of contact on her putback attempt. No whistle for the foul, but the Dragons will maintain possession.
Yeah, they got a strong rover down low for Chanute. Doing a great job of being a physical wall for both English and Odessa Reed to fight through.
Addison Kett checks into the game for Chanute, replacing, I believe it was Peter who sat, yep. And that shot no good. Chanute comes away with it. And Bryna Peter will handle it up the floor. Into the corner, Uner kicks it out to Lubering, into the lane, nowhere to go with it, and they're going to say it was last touched by the Dragons. It'll stay with Chanute. 4:38 to play first quarter, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dragons leading at 6-0. Chanute going to inbound from under their own bucket. They'll get it into Uner at the elbow, kicks it out, shot on the way from Lubering, no good. Rebound English. She'll throw it over the top to Hertrich, has a hard time with the pass, but gathers it in. Now English back with it, top of the key. She tried to shovel it to Reed, but it ends up with Angie Miller. Now down low to Odessa Reed, stepping in through, and she's fouled, and we'll head to the line to shoot two. Let's see who they whistled this one on.
Great footwork by Reed there to almost fake the hook and then come back inside, up and under, and get a great look at the basket, but she got fouled for two.
They whistle that one on Kate Uner. That's her first. Second team foul on Chanute. Reed's first shot, no good.
I think this Pittsburgh offense is doing a good job early on of trying to find those looks down low. They're trying to find both English and Odessa Reed early on and get them going.
Reed hits the second. She's got 3. Dragons lead at 7-0. So far, this Pittsburgh defense is kind of stymied Chanute. Not kind of, completely. Uner with it. Down low to Jenica Rourke. And I didn't see the call there.
She attempted to save it and stepped out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully, she threw it right back to the offense.
This is Lainey Holtzman. There's the travel, and that'll turn it back over to the Dragons as Lubring wanted to pass it back outside, but then noticed that there was a purple jersey in the passing lane, and before she could stop herself, she took that extra step. Miller ahead over the top to Jorge, and she's fouled outside on the three-point line. I think they're going to get that one on Uner. That's 2 early on Kate Uner.
Over halfway through the first quarter now, we've held Chanute scoreless. Just a vacuum-sealed defense so far for Pittsburgh. Intercepting those passing lane, like you said, making it hard for them to pass it around and run their offense.
Miller with it now. Gives it up to English. Over to Jorge. She'll dribble into the lane, elevates, shot on the way off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Lubring. And she'll handle it up the floor into Reed for Pittsburgh. Sarah Junior with it. And there's a timeout called by Coach Fox for Chanute, a full timeout. We'll take it as well. Dragons leading at 7-0, 3:22 to play first quarter. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in
Welcome back to Chanute High School. Blue Comet ball coming out of the timeout. 3:22 to play first quarter. Dragons leading at 7-0. Up by a touchdown here early. Uner with it into the corner. Ruark. Now they'll work it back outside to, this is Sarah Uner. There's more than one. Lubring with it in the lane. Her shot blocked by Reed. And Miller comes away with it for the Dragons. She'll handle it up the floor. Over to Jorge. Under 3 minutes to play first quarter. Trying to go over the top to Reed. That's forced pass, not necessary. And that turns it over. And that's, you know, you got to be a little more patient with the passing if you're the Dragons. Chanute with it now. Sarah Uner. And they work it down low to Lubring. Off the glass, no good. Rebound Reed. And it just... I think Odessa caught that one in self-defense. She was just standing there flat-footed. And Dragon ball now leading 7-0. English into the lane, draws a bit of a crowd, kicks it out to Jorge. Anna into the lane, off the glass and good.
Anna Jorge doing a great job there, ripping in past the defender and finding her spot in the lane and shooting a basket, shot off the basket.
9-0 Dragons. First quarter almost a travel by Uner. Trying to get it down low to Lubring, and they're going to get a foul against Jorge there as there's just too much of a collision as Jorge was trying to break up that pass.
With how handsy and how active we've been on defense, it's a surprise that's our first foul this quarter.
Yeah, shocking.
That's a great shot. That's a great sign for this Pittsburgh defense.
I think that's our second foul. Hertrich has one.
Well, even then, still great.
Yeah,
Nobody has 2
still
fouls yet.
Yeah. And Adelaide Gober checks into the game as Odessa Reed will sit. Chanute gets it in. This is Lainey Holtzman. Over to the far side to Bryna Peter. And that pass picked off. And Miller comes away with it for the Dragons. That's the first turnover by Chanute since those 2 early unforced turnovers. Jorge with it now on the wing, up top to Gober. Over to Hertrich. Back up top to Jorge. Thought about a 3. Now back over to Miller. On the wing to Gober. She'll take one and drains it.
If you're Chanute, that's not what you want to see. You don't want to see Amy shooters getting hot early to Pittsburg.
Right. When Pittsburg makes those outside shots, Dragons hard to beat.
They seem to come in a bunch.
Yeah. Into the corner. Pass tipped, and Gober comes away with it. Active hands again in the passing lane. I think it was English maybe who deflected that one. Gober twisting and turning. She'll kick it over to Miller. Jorge now Hertrich with it on the wing, trying to get it down low to English, and does. McKenzie going to work on the baseline. Kicks it out to Gober. Another 3-point attempt, no good. But long rebound tipped out and retrieved by Hertrich, but then that pass trying to force it into English. It's poked away. And Chanute with it now. They're trying to get it down low, and they do. Oh. Uner open for 3 off the shot clock. That should have been out of bounds. But instead, the Dragons come down with the rebound. Quickly ahead to Hertrich. Off the glass and good.
Won't make any complaints there.
Yeah, there should have been a stoppage there when that ball hit the shot clock, but the officials let him go. And now they're going to whistle another blocking foul against Hertrich, and she's...
Is that her second now?
That's her second, and it's the same basic type of foul, and it's a footwork foul, I call it.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for Pittsburgh, but what we've seen lately, everybody's playing their role. Nobody's holding anybody behind, so.
Uner with it. She'll take a shot from 3. No good. Long rebound. Comes down to Kendall Elkamil, who just checked into the game, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Dragons leading it by a couple of touchdowns. 14-0. Pitched a first quarter shutout, and they lead it 14-0. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Welcome back to a rockin' Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas. After one quarter, the Dragon girls leading the Chanute Blue Comets 14-0, as the soccer folks would say.
Oh, yeah.
And the Dragon defense has really suffocated the Blue Comets here early. The Dragons, only one player with more than one foul, and that's Sophia Hertrich. Just 3 team fouls in that first quarter for the Dragons, so they're doing pretty good in the foul category. So is Chanute, but they haven't been able to get the ball in the bucket. And the Dragons in the driver's seat after one. It'll be Pittsburgh ball to start the second quarter. Kendall Elkamil, who checked in the waning moments of the first quarter, will inbound for the Dragons into the backcourt to Miller, and we're underway. Miller over to Hertrich, into the corner to Reed. Again, trying to force it down low to English.
Yeah,
and that's Dragons' 3rd turnover of the game, but honestly, 3 turnovers in the first quarter plus of action, not too bad. On average for this year. This is Lubring with it. She'll give it up to Uner. Now this is Kate Uner with it. She had to sit with 2 fouls in the first quarter. Work it into the corner to Ket. Back around Uner. Lubring with it at the elbow. Now back out to Sarah Uner. She'll put it on the floor. Pulls up for a 15-footer and is inexplicably fouled by Hertrich. And Coach Gegg is, why did you just want to let her shoot it? Things haven't been falling tonight for Chanute. Now it's going to send Sarah Uner to the line for a pair. She hits the first, and Chanute breaks the ice.
Yeah, this 1-2-2 defense that Pitt's running right now is doing a great job of forcing hard shots for the Chanute offense. They're doing a great job of rotating and forcing the drive baseline with their offense.
And Uner makes them both, and that's right there is why you don't foul.
Yep.
Because I don't know that they would have any points if not for the free throw line, and Mackenzie English trying to force it down low, and the Dragons turn it over again, and they go through streaks like this where they take real good care of the basketball and then they don't. And apparently the worm's turning a little bit here for the Dragons, and Kendall Elkamill will sit on a Jorge back into the game for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, just need to slow back down and take control of that pace again.
Addison Ket with it. She'll give it up to Uner. I'm sorry, that was Lubring, gave it up to Uner. Into the corner to Hicks. Uner, Lubring in the lane. They really want to get it to Lubring in the lane. And they're going to say that Avery Hicks stepped on the end line, and that's another turnover on the Blue Comets. I have that as number 5, unofficially, of course, because all my stats are unofficial.
For those 5 turnovers,
I just get all worked up, and then I forget to write things down. Chanute backing off on the pressure. Jorge gets it across the timeline. She'll give it up to Miller. 6:44 to play first half. Dragons leading at 14-2. Reed gets the pass in the corner, dribbles into the lane, shovel pass to Miller, off the glass and good.
And what's been
Miller's
awesome
got 4.
This offense, we've been so successful around the basket too. We're not missing very many shots.
Uner heading baseline, cut off by Gober, and the ball kind of ends up, I don't know if we call that a pass or a loose ball, but now back outside to Uner. Kicks it out, Lubring, shot on the way is good for 2. So there's the first field goal of the night for Chanute, and you can tell that Coach Fox wants to run his offense through Lubring because they really try to get it to her on every possession. Jorge with it on the wing, up top to Gober, back up to Anna. Now English with it, top of the key, high arcing 3 is good. And if McKenzie's making threes, look out.
Yeah, the offense seems to follow too, so they really need to, Chanute really needs to tighten up.
Uner will handle it up the floor for Chanute. Picks up her dribble on the wing, kicks it to Lubring, free throw line. Nobody gets a hand up in her face. Everybody kind of just looked at her, and she shot it from the free throw line and drilled it. 4 points here in the second quarter for Lubring, and Chanute starting to wake up offensively. And there's a turnover, too much dribbling by Mackenzie English. And now Chanute with it on the offensive end. Uner into the lane, trying to kick it over, and Gober deflects it but can't come away with the loose ball. Back out to Uner, top of the key. Chanute trying to reset. This is Sarah Uner with it. Now to Lubring at the free throw line. Dragons get on her this time. And the shot misses everything. Odessa Reed comes away with the loose ball rebound, and that pass was dangerous to Miller, but she comes away with it. Miller twisting her way up the floor, gets it over to Gober on the wing. Down low to Reed, and she walked with it. Yeah, that is the 5th turnover for the Dragons, and so they got through the first quarter with just a cut 1 or 2, and then have turned it over 3 or 4 times here to begin this second quarter.
Yeah,
Miller will sit, and Anna Jorge back into the game.
Yeah, we've since tied up that turnover battle. We want to make sure we stay ahead in that battle and prevent the offensive mistakes.
We'll stay behind. No. Uner kicks it over. This is Lainey Holtzman. There's a turnover. on a Jorge, comes away with it off the glass and good. 4 points for Jorge. Timeout on the floor. Coach Fox trying to get his team straightened out. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 4:15 to play first half. Dragons lead it 21-6. We keep getting these football scores. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas. 4:15 to play first half. Dragons leading it 21-6. Chanute with the ball coming out of the timeout. Lubring gives it up. This is Laney Holtzman. Lubring with it again, out top to Uner. Holtzman, long pass over the top. That one was to Claire Jones, and her entry pass was deflected out of bounds by English.
Yeah, English has done a great job so far taking her hands to the basketball. It's like the fifth
deflected pass, yeah.
Yeah, she's being a great ball hawk down there, rotating very well, allowing her to get those chances.
Holtzman will inbound. Oh, I'm sorry, Lubring will inbound for Chanute. They've got yellow numbers on a white jersey. And it is super difficult for my old eyes to see sometimes what the number is. Lubring over the top, gets it into Holtzman. Now over to Uner, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Holtzman launches it. That's a shot clock violation, didn't touch the rim, but we're gonna play on because the ball went right to the Dragons. Hertrich shot no good, and Dragons will keep it. English open for three, she'll take it and drills it. The ability to hit threes runs in the family, and Mackenzie English drains her second three of the second quarter. Dragons lead it by 18. And Chanute trying to find an answer. Lubring with it at the elbow. She'll put it on the floor. Kicks it back out to Holtzman. Into the lane. Nifty move by Holtzman. Shot won't fall. Ball tipped around. English comes away with it for the Dragons. Gets it to Gober. And now they'll get it to Jorge as Chanute's starting to kind of back off the defensive pressure as Holtzman picks Jorge up. Now Hertrich with it on the wing. Up top to Jorge, and she got excited, walked with it, and that'll give it back to Chanute. 2:47 to play first half, excuse me.
Happy feet, it happens.
Yep. Well, you just like, oh, hey, there's an open lane, and you forget the rule about having a dribble.
Sometimes yours too open.
Tuck it and run. Lubring handling up the floor. Miller picks off her pass, but then Lubring steals it back from Miller. And Sarah Uner will handle it up the floor as the Dragons back off into their half court. Holtzman to Lubring at the elbow. Now back outside to Uner, way off the mark. Rebound does come down to Lubring, though. And you can see why they try and run everything through her. She's got 6 points in this second quarter. And the Dragons, pass out in front of Jorge. And they're going to say it was touched by Chanute. And it's going to stay with Pittsburgh. And not a crowd pleaser, that call, I'll tell you what.
No, I'm pretty sure she did get her hand in there and try to tip it out. And
she tried. I'm not sure if she got it or not. The official's talking it over. And it's going to stay with Pittsburgh. There's some collective officiating going on right now. And there's an example of majority rule right there, democracy at work. Chanute ball, 2:04 to play first half. Dragons leading by 16. Uner handles it across the timeline into the middle of the lane. The shot is up and good by Ruark. That's Ruark's first bucket of the night. Cuts the Dragon lead to 14. Over to Miller on the far wing now offensively. Hertrich with it. Gets it to English at the elbow. McKenzie's going to put it on the floor, twists into the lane. Shot off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound. The putback is good.
She's just as good inside as she is outside. The footwork she has down low just helps her so much with getting past defenders, getting an open look at the basket.
English has 10 in this first half. The Dragons back up by 16. A minute 10 to play. First half, Uner driving baseline right into English. And she's going to be whistled for a blocking foul. And the guards for the Dragons, I mean, the dribble penetration shouldn't have got to English, I don't think, in that situation.
Yeah, you'd like to see them slide a little better with their defenders.
Cut that off. Now get it in. Holtzman for three. She's fouled on the three-point shot. No whistle. I think the official was watching the shot. Loose ball. Hertrich comes away with it. Ahead to Anna Jorge. No numbers. Jorge goes for it anyway. Off the glass, no good. Uner comes down with the rebound. And that's another point where the Dragons maybe need to slow it down a little bit. English needs to be, or Miller, excuse me, needs to be careful not to pick up a foul out there on the perimeter. That pass deflected by Jorge, but Sarah Uner is going to come away with it. Now into the corner to Jones. Shot on the way, no good. Battle for the rebound. Sarah Uner comes away with a loose ball. Lubering for three, no good. Tipped around, rebound English. Dragons get it back, 15 seconds in the first half. Miller's just going to walk it up the floor. No rush for the Dragons. Hertrich with it, gets it down low to Reed. Good look from Hertrich to find Reed.
Beautiful ball movement there.
Odessa has 5, and the Dragons lead it by 18, and that's going to do it for the first half. Dragons in control of this one, 28-10. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank Halftime Show. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas. At the half, the Dragon girls leading Chanute 28-10. This is the GN Bank halftime show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for more than 100 years. Whether it's personal, business, or agricultural needs, trust the team at GN Bank. Find out more at gn-bank.com. Well, the Dragons, we kind of gave the recipe for success early on, and by gosh, they must have been listening. Somebody went down and said, hey, we need to not turn the ball over a lot, and we need to force a lot of turnovers and create transition buckets, because that's exactly what the Dragons have done. They've gotten some good outside shooting and pretty much just picked up right where they left off Tuesday night against Parsons.
Yeah, and that's a great game to pick up on. They've done a great job defensively. They're in their 1-2-2 zone right now. They're just forcing the outside shots, what that zone does, and these Chanute shooters don't look comfortable doing that. They're completely shutting down the inside unless they get the pass to the middle, which they haven't been able to do too often because we do such a good job of taking our hands to the basketball. So defensively, they look great defensively, and offensively, they've moved the ball so well. They've been able to rotate across the wing, and they've been able to drive to the basket, either dish it down low to English or Dessa Reed, or finish themselves pretty strong at the basket, and they've done that successfully thus far.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of those scoring totals for the first half. Our Eye on the Game brought to you by Kanar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kanar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburg and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more online at KanarEyeCare.com. All right, first for the Chanute Blue Comets, they're led in scoring by Grace Lubring. She has 6. Sarah Uner, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 2 points. And Janica Rourke, a field goal in the second quarter for 2 points. And that's all the scoring in the first half for the Chanute Blue Comets. You don't have to be a mathologian to figure that out. For the Dragons, they're led in scoring by Mackenzie English. She's got 10 points, 8 of those coming in the second quarter, 6 of them from beyond the arc. Next up in scoring, Dessa Reed with 5. Anna Jorge and Angie Miller have 4 points each. Natalie Gober added a 3-point bucket in the first quarter, and Sophia Hertrich with a layup in the first quarter to round out the scoring for the Dragons. Pittsburg in the driver's seat, 28-10 here at the break. Let's step away for another break, and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kanar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Welcome back to Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas. At the half, Dragon girls leading Chanute 28-10, and we keep getting these football scores. And that's our score here at the break. Dragon defense is really stifled Chanute's offense thus far, and the Dragons have gotten some shots to fall, made some transition buckets, pretty much did everything we said they needed to do. They have committed, by my count, 6 turnovers, but it hasn't really slowed them down much in this first half. Dragons outscored Chanute 14-0 in the first quarter, and then outscored them 14-10 in the second quarter to get to this score. And so Chanute's offense woke up in that second quarter, but man, when you're down by 14 after a quarter, it's a long battle to dig yourself out of that hole, and Chanute has struggled with that thus far. Got the boys game coming up in the nightcap. Dragons coming in at 5-4, 2-1 in SEK League play. Chanute at 5-2, 1-1 in league play. And Dragons coming off a whopping 66-37 win at Parsons. And Chanute also coming off, or they're coming off a 49-47 loss Tuesday night at Labette County. Nip and tuck game there, a low scoring affair. And which is weird because back on the 19th, before Christmas break, Chanute got a huge win, 55-50 at Fort Scott on the road. And Fort Scott has been picked by many prognosticators to be perhaps the best team in the league this year. So a big win there for Chanute. We're underway here in the second half. Chanute with the ball. Uner. They'll get it down low. They tried Lubring, passed it to Hicks, and she was collided into by Sophia Hertrich, and that's Hertrich's third foul.
Yeah,
and Hertrich will sit Gober back into the game for the Dragons.
Rare mistake to that Pittsburg defense. They were slow in rotation, so she had to come down, drop faster than she expected, so she was late to it and obviously made some contact there.
Sarah Uner, she'll kick it out to Kate Uner. Now back to Sarah. She'll give it up to Lubring. Now Uner open for 3, short off the iron, out of bounds, Dragon ball.
Then again, just trading those outside of the arc shots there. Not a high percentage shot by any means, so Pittsburgh can live by that.
Chanute yet to make a 3-point bucket tonight, but they've taken about 7. And the Dragons, I'm sure, happy to let them do it. Miller gives it up to Gober. Her pass to English. Now And back out to Gober, and her three-point shot is good. Natalie Gober, first bucket of the second half for the Dragons. She's got 6, all of them from beyond the arc. Dragons lead at 31-10. Uner, long 3 off the iron. That was pretty close, actually, and that was beyond NBA range. That was like a Steph Curry heat check, and she couldn't come away with it. Miller throws it into the leg of the defender, and the Dragons turn it over on the offensive end. And the only real drawback I've seen tonight for the Dragons, the weak point offensively, is when they try to force it down low to English or Reed. And Chanute turns it right back over to the Dragons. Jorge with it, out to Gober. Down low to Reed on the blocks, working against Hicks. Her shot no good, tipped, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Jorge, and it will be Chanute basketball.
Yeah, it's obviously times that we were trying to work inside out, so that's why you've seen so many entry passes towards the inside. Trying to get the ball to Odessa Reed and Mackenzie English's hands. Sometimes it's just not falling in our favor.
No, Reed was pretty deep under the bucket that time, and Hicks with a height advantage over her. Reed just forced it up. Uner with it. Sarah, that is. Now back over to Kate. Into the lane to Lubring. They get it in her hands every time. Uner kicks it outside. And thrown away by Bryna Peter, who drove baseline, got too deep under the bucket. She was on the wrong side of the backboard and thought she was going to have a teammate and threw it away.
Yeah, this 1-2-2 defense yet again just causing so much trouble because we allow them to drive in the basket and they run into a double team, so they have a hard time passing out of it. It's caused a lot of turnovers.
Gober fouled. They're going to whistle that one on Lubring. That's her first. And yeah, they're calling the reach fouls pretty tight tonight.
No, they're calling it by the book like they were yesterday. They're calling it a tight shift.
In my opinion, it's been a very well officiated game up to this point.
Yes.
And English spinning into the lane, nifty move. She has 12. Dragon lead is 23. Sarah to Kate. Uner back to Sarah. Into the corner to Hicks, back out to Uner. She's going to put it on the floor, cut off by Gober, back out to Lubring. She'll put it on the floor. Dragons just watch her go by, and a scoop layup is good for Lubring. She's got 8.
There's that hard time having to slide and stay in front of that defender coming out right there.
I think English just didn't want the foul. Jorge trying to get it low to Reed. She can't handle the pass and then steps on the end line, and the Dragons turn it over.
Yeah, just a misplaced pass there. Couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, the pass was a little bit hotter, faster than Reed anticipated. Had a hard time handling it, and then managed to step on the end line as she recovered. Uner with it. Into the corner. Mrs. Holtzman now back out to Sarah Uner. Shot on the way from Peter, no good. Rebound comes down to Reed. Now Gober with it as Sarah Uner's going to pester her up the floor. Adelie across the timeline. Loses her dribble and turns it over. Too much dribbling by Gober. And Dragons turn it over again. I have that as their 9th now of the night. Early this season, they were averaging about 30. And Reed with a foul way outside, trying to body up on Sarah Uner, and really no need for that. If you're the Dragons defensively, let them shoot it from out there. Let her be wide open. Make them make 1 or 2 of those before you go out there and play in their front pocket like that.
Yeah, Reed just didn't do a great job of staying straight up there. Her weight was well forward on her.
The inbound pass off the mark. Miller comes away with it for the Dragons. That's another Blue Comet turnover. English with it now, top of the key. Trying to force it down low. And that's a long way and a lot of defenders to try and throw a one-handed bounce pass. And that will work almost never. And it's turned over by the Dragons. It's fundamentally just not very sound that time.
Yeah,
and the
yet
Dragons
again, just forcing that entry pass.
Yeah. And then that's too far and too many defenders to throw a bounce pass. And that's the sort of thing the Dragons did a lot earlier in the season. It's been good to see them not do that much of late. But they turned it over right there. 4:06 to play third quarter. And we're going to get a blocking foul against Angie Miller. And again, the Dragons, no need to foul out there. No need to foul at the three-point line against a team that hasn't made a three-point bucket all night.
Yeah, no, the last thing you want to do for your Pittsburgh is give them free shots. Do not let them get the bonus. Don't give them the free fouls.
Right. Because Chanute will make free throws. Lubring with it. She'll kick it out to Uner, guarded by Jorge. Holtzman gets it out. Back out to Kate Uner. Working against Miller. And she's going to be whistled for a travel. Coach Fox wants a block along with everybody wearing the powder blue here in this gym.
Great job by the Pittsburgh defender staying physical but sound, not fouling that time. Forcing the turnover yet again.
I have that as turnover number 10 for the Blue Comets tonight. Miller with it. Passes out of a double team. Jorge carried it. And so she's whistled for a travel, and that's turnover number 10 on the Dragons. Starting to rack up, and it unforced turnovers drive you crazy if you're a coach. Here comes Kate Uner and throws it over the top of Holtzman out of bounds, and they give it right back to the Dragons.
Yeah, what's been so fortunate in Pittsburgh is when they have a turnover, they seem to force one right back and almost even it out.
Coach Dustin Fox wants to talk it over with his team, takes a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 3:35 to play third quarter. Dragons leading it by 21. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas. 3:35 to play third quarter. Dragons lead it by 21. Dragon ball coming out of the timeout. Miller will have it. Working against some full court pressure. Angie breaks it with sheer speed up the floor. Gets it down to Mackenzie English. Back to Miller. Angie drives baseline. And she's fouled. They're going to whistle this one on Sarah Uner. That's her first. Second team foul on Chanute. Pittsburgh's got 4. They need to be careful. Get it into English. Her shot no good. Tipped around. Rebound comes down to Sarah Uner. And English just didn't put enough on that one.
Very
now this is Kate
miss.
with it at the elbow. Trying to get it down low to Lubring. And she's collided into by Odessa Reed. And I think that's Odessa's first.
To third.
Whoa. That's why all my stats are unofficial. And that's Reed's third, apparently, and that'll send Lubring to the line. She's 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight.
I think that's Pittsburgh's most pressing matter right now is the foul trouble.
And the first one off the mark. I gave her the, you see that? That's the announcer's curse. And I said she was 2 of 2 from the line. Reed sits. Gover back into the game for the Dragons.
Pittsburgh now puts Chanute in the bonus.
And Lubring hits a second. So 3 for 4 from the line tonight. She's got 3. No, I'm sorry. Lubring is 1 of 2 from the line tonight, and she's got 9. That's why all my stats are unofficial, because I can't read. Miller collided into, and it'll stay with the Dragons. No foul, just out of bounds to Pittsburgh.
Miller's done a great job of controlling that pressure. She's been getting a lot of high-octane pressure going against her, speeding her up really quick, and she hasn't lost the ball very much.
Now, Gober gets it into Miller. Now back over to Adderley, and she's wide open but out of position for a shot. Now back to Miller. Back to Gober. Down low to English. Over to Miller. Off the glass and good. Nice ball movement in the post by the Dragons. And a wide open layup for Angie Miller. She's got 6. Pittsburgh leading it by 22 now. Down low to Uner. They'll kick it back out to Hertzman. Now this is Sarah Uner. Back to Kate. Now Lubring with it to the elbow. She's cut off. Back to Uner. Back outside to Holtzman. Her pass not caught by Lubring. And Chanute turns it over again. I have that as 13 unofficially turnovers on Chanute. Just sometimes it's hard to keep up with turnovers in an up and down girls game. Lubring will sit. Bryna Peter back into the game for the Blue Comets. Jorge to inbound from the corner. Gets it into Kendall Elkamil. Gober double teamed, and a timeout called by Coach Gegg to save the possession as Adderley was about to turn it over in that double team. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, we've done a good job beating that pressure in the backcourt. But once you get to the front court, that's when it gets a little more dicey. It feels like that's when they start to trap. That when we get past that half-court line, they use that half-court line as an out-of-bounds line for us. She can't go backcourt, obviously. So our guards got to do a better job of staying away from those corner points so they can get an easy trap and us to force that turnover.
Yeah. I concur, Doctor. Minute 59 to play, third quarter. Dragons by 22 over the Chanute Blue Comets. Dragons looking for their second win in SEK League play.
This would be a big one at that.
Yeah, it would. And the Dragon girls, if they can hold on for this win, they'll have 2 road wins to start out SEK League play. And they are 0-1, I think, at home in the SEK. Gober turns that one over to Hicks. Now Uner with it. Gets it ahead to Peter. Into the corner. Shot on the way from Sarah Uner. High off the back iron and rebounded by Jorge. Anna gets it across the timeline. Now to Gober. Over to Elkamil. She'll try a 3. No good off the iron. Rebound comes down to Uner. And Kimball seemed like she hurried that one a little bit. Now Uner with it. Hicks with it in the corner. Kicks it up top to Holtzman. Now this is Sarah Uner. Trying to dribble into the lane. Passes it into the corner. And the 3-point bucket finally falls for Bryna Peter. And the Dragon lead is cut to 19. English with it, working baseline against Higgs, and the reverse layup is good for McKenzie.
The creative finishing by English yet again is so impressive to watch night in and night out.
Uner forced to pick up her dribble. She'll kick it outside to Holtzman. Now back out to Hicks, or excuse me, Uner's shot no good. Rebound tracked down by Briley Mantooth into the game for the first time tonight. Jorge double teamed, and we're going to have another timeout called by Coach Gegg to preserve it. And the Dragons are going to have to get better at passing out of a trap so that the coach didn't have to burn a timeout every time there's a trap. Anticipate it. But Pittsburgh leading it by 21 with under 10 seconds to play third quarter. And I think the reason Coach Gegg called that timeout is because the Dragons have a time to get a shot here with 10 seconds, and she didn't want to lose the possession.
Didn't want to lose possession. That looked like it could have turned into a transition bucket. Another point before the start of the fourth quarter. Last thing you want to do is give Chanute a momentum swing going into the fourth.
Right, or even worse, a transition opportunity where Pittsburgh fouls.
Yeah.
And then you end up with free throws, and nah.
You just don't need that.
That's that coach's wisdom. Call that timeout. Let's get the horses back in the barn here.
Yep.
9.8 left to play third quarter. Pittsburgh 37, Chanute 16. Boys matchup coming up directly following this one. And Pittsburgh boys coming off a big win over Parsons earlier this week, over more than 20 points. Chanute's boys coming off of a 5-point loss. A 2-point loss at Labette County in a very competitive game down there in Altamont. All right, here we go. Anna Jorge set to inbound for the Dragons from the far side. Miller races towards her. Jorge gets it into Elkamil, who puts it on the floor, dribbles off her foot, loses it. Hicks has it. Now Chanute with a breakout opportunity and a turnover, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Dragons leading it 37-16. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Welcome back to Chanute High School. It's rocking. They got 3 tubas in their basketball pep band. That's just going to let you know what they're all about over there. That's a well-staffed pep band. And, yeah.
Got to have a base.
All about the base. Chanute ball coming out of the timeout. Or, I'm sorry, to start the fourth quarter. Uner with it. Her pass right to Mackenzie English. And the Dragons have it offensively. Jorge with it on the wing to Reed, stepping through. She's fouled. And Odessa Reed will step to the line to shoot 2.
We saw in the first quarter, he had to get a great job by Reed to create contact and get the rack and get a chance to shoot 2.
They whistled a foul on Jenica Ruark. That's her first. And Reed, he is 1 of 2 from the line tonight. High arcing free throw. Good heads off the back iron. No good. Reed had 5 points in the first half. Scoreless in the third quarter. Trying to get her first point in the second half right here. Second shot no good. Rebound comes away to Chanute. Uner handles it up the floor, over to the far side. And we're going to have a reach foul called on Jorge. And Anna looked surprised, but I think it was a good call.
Only her second as well.
That's 2 on Jorge, yeah.
We saw early on in the season she got in foul trouble and fouled out in the first couple games too. So it's good to see that she's kind of built that discipline.
Lubring gets it into Uner. Sarah Uner, that is. Now Hicks with it at the elbow, back out to Uner. She takes a big deep three and drills it. And if you're the Dragons, you'll live with that. You'll live with that beyond NBA three-point shot. English dribbles into too much traffic, loses her footing. Ball ends up with Reed. Her shot no good. Battle for the rebound. And Kate Uner comes away with it for Chanute. And they're going to whistle that foul on Miller of the Dragons. Big collision. That's Angie's second. 6:50 to play. Dragons leading it by 18.
But yet again, just 2 controllable fouls early on here. Just a minute in.
Yep.
Last thing you want to do is put them in bonus in the fourth quarter.
Right. Lubring gets it down low. Shot blocked. Ends up in the hands of Reed. Now Miller handling up the floor for the Dragons. And Pittsburgh can take a little bit of time here. English will put it on the floor, spinning into the lane. McKenzie's shot off the glass, no good. And Chanute with the rebound, looking to push ahead. They'll get it to Peter. She kicks it back out to Uner. And another three-point attempt, no good. The rebound by Lubring, and she boxed out Odessa Reed, who's about a foot taller. And Chanute with the bucket. Lubring gets it. And the Dragons a little bit out of sorts here to start this fourth quarter. Reed cross court to Miller. Loses control of it. Chanute comes away with it. And if you're Coach Gegg, maybe, I don't know, this might be timeout time. Blocked shot by English, and it's going to stay with Chanute. Adelie Gober going to check into the game, replacing Odessa Reed.
Yeah, Pittsburgh hoping to tighten up the ship offensively and a little more control over the passes and their decision making.
In-free pass intercepted by English, poked away from behind, but right to Sophia Hertridge. Sophia picks up her dribble. She's trapped, gives it up to McKenzie, and there's a scramble for a loose ball there. A lot of bodies hitting the floor. Chanute comes away with it. Uner down the lane, loses it, and it ends up with Gober ahead to English. Dragons need to slow it down. There we go. As this game is, Miller throws it away. Outlet, I don't know. Jorge's called with the foul there. And I think that's the first so-so foul call I've seen all night. And that's third on Jorge.
Just a little too much contact and should going out.
And it's going to send, I can't see who that is. I want to say Peter, or is that Hicks?
I can't tell from here.
I can't tell from here. First shot no good for, no, that's Ruark.
But what you're seeing offensively as of late is just out of control with the passes. They're not taking care of the basketball like they did the first 3 quarters or even the first 2 quarters. And if they want to walk away with this victory handsomely, they need to tighten that up.
Ruark hits the second. She's got 3 points, and there's a 30-second timeout on the floor. Coach Fox wants to talk it over to his team. I think he can sense that they're starting to get it together, but there's only 5 minutes left, and if you're Coach Gegg, you got to get your team to limit the number of possessions left in this game and burn some time off the clock, but most importantly, take care of the basketball. And with the Dragons, there's been some bad passes and there's been too much dribbling. Those are the 2 things that have caused turnovers tonight for Pittsburgh. They just need to avoid that and watch out for that half-court trap.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is giving themselves the luxury of this huge cushion. But Chanute kind of seems like he wants to figure out a recipe to hack at this lead, but like you said, might be too little, too late. Only 5 minutes left in this game. Pittsburgh needs to use that to their advantage. You're up 15 points in 5 minutes. Take control of the basketball, like you said, limit those possessions. You get 35 seconds. You don't need to make half-court passes. You don't need to chuck it across the court.
Right. Partridge inbound from the baseline for the Dragons. Gets it into Jorge in the corner. Anna's going to put it on the floor and take off up the floor. She gets it ahead to Miller, who dribbles out of trouble. Now to Gobert, who has her pocket picked. And then it's turned right back over. They get it down low to English, off the glass and good. And that's good news for the Dragons because that's their first bucket of this quarter. And there's 4.5 minutes left to play.
Yet again, when they get a turnover, they force it back over and make up for it.
Sarah Uner down the lane. They're going to whistle a foul on Miller. And might have got her for hand checking. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, got her hand stuck in there when she was driving at her. They didn't like that, so they called it on her.
That's Miller's third. 4th team foul on the Dragons. Chanute with just 1 team foul so far in this 4th quarter. Pittsburgh needs to stop with the fouling and keep Chanute off the foul line because every time they shoot free throws, the clock stops. Uner to Holtzman. Ruart into the corner. Uner for 3, off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Jorge comes away with it. They're going to call a held ball, and it will stay with Pittsburgh. Again, Hertridge inbound from the baseline. Gets it into Miller. Hertridge back to Miller. Angie dribbling a lot. And an off-balance pass ends up in the hands of Chanute. And there's a bucket for Bryna Peter. She's got 5 points, all of those in the second half. And Pittsburgh, again, not taking care of the basketball. Anna Jorge misses the layup. And down with the rebound comes Peter. Give it up to Lubring. Into the corner to Uner. Now back up top to Kate Uner. Back to Sarah. Cross court to Ruart. Into the corner. Steps through in the lane. Shot no good. Rebound Jorge. And she's fouled by Kate Uner. And that's Kate's third.
The recipe doesn't change for Pittsburgh. You got to take care of the basketball. You got to be able to handle that trap and try to beat it. Don't give them time to trap. You try to get up the court as fast as you can, and then try to run your offense.
Dragons call timeout.
Timeout Pittsburgh, I think, is it? It is a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. 3:18 to play. Dragons leading it by 15 over the Chanute Blue Comets. Pittsburgh trying to pick up their second win of league play. Their win over Parsons on Tuesday snapped a 4-game losing streak, and they're trying to create a winning streak here tonight in Chanute.
Yeah, this would be a heck of a team to do it against. This is a great team to build momentum off of. Parsons arguably is just a good team to build momentum off of because that's when you can really tighten your shape. You can figure out, iron out your little kinks, and then you can use those ironed out kinks to attack Chanute. And right now, through 3.5 quarters of play, they've kind of dominated.
Oh, they need to dominate for another 3:18 to come out of here with the win tonight. It'll be Pittsburgh ball coming out of the timeout. Mackenzie English to inbound from the baseline. English gets it to Gobert, now back to English. She'll handle it up the floor. And not a good bounce pass ahead to Reed. And English is going to be whistled with a foul. And that's going to send Bryna Peter to the free throw line. That's English's second foul. She's not in foul trouble, but the team has put Chanute in the bonus. And now the clock stops with 3:12. Bryna Peter steps to the free throw line to shoot 2. And Just no boring games this year.
No, the fact that you put them in bonus just gives them that much more of a chance to tack it, take more points and hack at that lead.
Every time they step in the line, the clock stops. So it's more like a timeout. Peter's second shot off the mark. Rebound comes down to Reed. Gets it to English, ahead to Miller. And the Dragons turn it over again. Chanute back the other way. Three-point shot off the mark. Rebound Miller. Trap coming, and Miller is fouled. They're going to whistle this one on Kate Unier. That's her fourth. And at this point in the game, doesn't matter.
No. Ever since Chanute has implemented this trap, it's been a really hard time for these ball
This
handlers.
full court trap has given the Dragons fits, and if you're Coach Fox, oh man, the passing in this fourth quarter for the Dragons has just not been great. Get it down, trying to force it again down to Reed, and there's a foul on the loose ball. They're going to whistle Bryna Peter with this one. That's her second.
Foul on number 11, her second personal foul, 14 fouls.
And Miller will inbound for the Dragons. Can they get a good offensive possession here? Over the top to English, off the glass and good. Sure enough.
Old Faithful.
English comes through with the bucket. She's got 18. And the Dragon lead. I'm terrible at math, so it's a lot. Unier with a three-point attempt misses everything, and that's going to turn it back over to the Dragons.
Pittsburgh has done a great job of forcing Chanute to shoot uncomfortable shots and shoot long shots at that.
They're just trying to hurry and get back in this game, and so everything is going to be rushed from here on out, I would think, for Chanute. Jorge with it. Picks up her dribble, needs some help, gets it to Miller, loses it. And a foul and a bucket for Kate Unier. That's her first bucket of the night. And she'll head to the line to try and complete a three-point play. The foul on Miller, and that's her fourth. Miller has four. Hertridge, Jorge, and Reed all have three.
It is obvious that Miller is our signified ball handler, so it's very important for her to not get a fifth foul.
The free throw no good for Peter. I'm sorry, for Unier. And there's a foul. And that's going to send Sophia Hertridge to the line. Sarah Unier called for that one. That's her second. And now Sophia Hertridge to the free throw line for the first time tonight. First shot short off the front iron.
Number 24, Avery Hicks.
Hicks into the game for Chanute, replacing Lubring. Second shot on the way from Hertridge, no good off the back iron. And then she commits a foul going for the rebound. And that's 4 on Hertridge. Under 2 minutes to play. Dragons just need to stop fouling. And this game will go into the books. Every time they're foul, clock stops. Chanute shoots free throws.
We kind of saw his first portions of situational basketball. Still just at that time not the most ironed out. Like you said, they had some kinks to iron out. Situational basketball, I'd say, is the biggest kink.
So the first free throw was good. I'm trying to figure out who the shooter is. I think it might be Ruart. Second shot is good as well. And no, that was Sarah Unier. She's got 8. The Dragon lead is 13. Can they close it out? Get it into Miller, back to Hertridge, to English back over to Miller as they break the timeline. Crowd wanted a double dribble. The officials don't agree. Jorge dribbling around, and she's fouled by Munir. Kate, and that's her 5th. That's it. It should be.
Great job by Miller there to survive the onslaught of 2 Chanute defenders there in the corner.
Yeah, Munir sits. Brian Peter back into the game for Chanute as Munir gets a hand from the crowd. First shot from Jorge off the back iron. Dragons struggling for the free throw line tonight. If you make these, high arcing off the mark, long rebound chased down by Odessa Reed, and then she throws it away. And then we got a foul against either English or Reed. I'm waiting to see who. But it's going to be free throws. If you're Coach Gegg, you got to be begging them, stop fouling.
Yeah, that was a loose ball foul too. She
That's
just got
Reed's
the rebound
4th.
Under our own basket.
Yeah.
Didn't have to go anywhere the 84 feet of the court.
Lubring at the line. She misses the first. Second is good. So the Dragon lead is 12. Hertridge to inbound. Minute 38 to play. Gets it into Miller. Back to Hertridge. Her pass deflected and stolen. The Dragons just turning it over left and right. The shot no good. Rebound English. She's going to try and dribble out of traffic, and that's going to be another darn near turnover. And it's going to stay with the Dragons as Jorge hits the floor to preserve the possession. And now Adelie Gober getting set to check back into the game. She'll replace Hertridge.
Great job by Jorge to stay physical and get in the ground and fire up that basketball and save the possession for Pittsburg.
Number 3, Chanute for the Comets.
Ruark back into the game for Chanute. .123 to play. Dragons 41, Chanute 29. And never has a 12-point lead felt less safe than this. As the Dragons just not taking care of the basketball against this press. Handed ahead to English. Doing it herself up the far side. All the way coast to coast off the glass and good. She's got 10 points in the second half, 20 on the night. And the Dragon lead is back to 14. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound English. Long outlet pass ahead. Gober tracks it down. Adelie off the glass and good. She's got 8. And now the Dragons, it feels way more secure now. Three-point attempt way off the mark. And that's going to turn it back over to the Dragons as Brian and Peter couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, Chanute just having zero effort, not effort, zero,
luck.
Yes,
hitting those shots
from behind the arc.
Yeah. English with it on the long inbounds pass, and she's fouled trying to dribble through a double team and almost turned it over. But instead, she's going to head to the line and shoot some free throws.
I don't know, if you're Chanute, that's probably the worst person you could foul.
McKenzie English to the line, shooting 2.
First free throw for English is off the mark, and the Dragons have done a lot of things well tonight. Free throws, not one of them.
Not at all. We haven't taken advantage of the free shots that are given to us. With that being said, we've made up for it on defense, holding to under 30 points so far.
I would say as a team, the Dragons, yep, she missed that, definitely under 50%. but they do get the rebound. Pass deflected and stolen. And just in the first half, everybody wanted to bounce pass, and in this half, nobody wants to bounce pass. That was a blocked shot. Gover comes away with it for the Dragons, but you got it. Now she's fouled, and that'll send Adelie to the line with 18.6 left to play. And the Dragons are going to get out of here with the win. They were cruising in that third quarter. There's a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. Nope, it's a full. We'll take it as well. Under 20 to play. Dragons going to win it. When we come back, you're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor.
Welcome back, Chanute High School. Under 20 seconds to play. Dragons leading it, 45-29. Gover to inbound, gets it into Reed. Almost has it stolen. Now she'll put it on the floor. Gets it across the timeline. Odessa gets decked down around the baseline, and they're going to whistle a travel on Reed. Now, Sarah Unert handling up the floor. Gives it to Holtzman. She's good for three. And that's going to do it. Dragons win it, 45-32. Pittsburgh's girls are 500 on the year, 500 in league play at 5-5 and 2-2 respectively. And they get a big win here tonight, 45-32 over the Chanute Blue Comets. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with the post-game/pregame show. Start talking about the boys matchup tonight. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburg.
Welcome back to Chanute High School. Pittsburgh's girls win it 45-32 over the Chanute Blue Comets. Dragon girls improved to 5-5 on the season, 2-2 in SEK League play. And a quick turnaround for them, and a programming note for us, is that the Dragon girls back in action tomorrow afternoon against Blue Valley Southwest. And that's a real quick turnaround. They'll tip off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Our pregame coverage will start around about 2:30. Right here on Pittsburgh Sports Live, we'll have that for you. A little Saturday afternoon matchup to keep us on our toes this season. Pitt boys getting ready to take on the Blue Comets. See the Dragons out there warming up on the floor right now. Actually, probably right now you're looking at Chanute warming up out there on the floor right now. But the Dragons coming in tonight's game 5-4, 2-1 in SEK League play. Chanute 5-2, 1-1 in SEK League play. And again, Chanute coming off a 2-point loss Tuesday night at Labette County. They did have a very impressive 5-point win over Fort Scott right before the Christmas break. And that's surprising because a lot of people pick Fort Scott as perhaps the best team in the league, either Fort Scott or Independence, and we've seen Independence. We'll see Fort Scott in a week or two, and so big win there for Chanute before Christmas, and then maybe a bit of a head scratcher for them on the road at Labette County. We haven't seen the Grizzlies yet this year, so we don't know what to expect out of them. But the Dragon boys coming off a big 20-plus point win over Parsons on Tuesday night. 66-37, and then our next game on Tuesday night, the Dragons will host Fort Scott, so we'll get a chance to see them at home. And Dragons with 4 wins on the road this year and 4 losses at home. It's really strange that they've struggled to find wins on their home floor, but when you look at the opponents they faced at home, you kind of understand why. You've played Independence, really good team with perhaps the best player in the league. And then you played Joplin, Webb City, Shawnee Mission was it North, and just like a murderer's row at home this season for the Dragons. So hopefully they're able to get it going at home against Fort Scott. But they're going to have to be road warriors again here tonight and pick up this win against Chanute if they can. The Blue Comets, a solid team, well coached year in and year out, and Dragons are going to have to play a really good game tonight, and we'll talk a little bit about that coming up. The girls with a big win tonight, though, 45-32 over the Blue Comets. We'll step away for a quick break. We come back, we'll start talking boys basketball. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
It's The Rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The Rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Pittsburgh Sports Live is presented by Croccan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit. Fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Croccan. To learn more about Croccan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet, check them out online at ckt.net. That's the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters, from personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments. CNB has all the tools you need and the services you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. Well, the Dragon girls got a big win in the opening game here tonight. The Dragon boys looking to do the same thing in the nightcap, as they're getting set to take on the Blue Comets of Chanute. Pittsburgh coming into tonight's game 5-4, coming off a big win against Parsons earlier this week. Chanute 5-2, coming off of a 2-point loss at Labette County on Tuesday night. And I guess we're running out of time here before tip-off, Michael, so I guess we better get into our keys to the game. And for the Dragons, for the boys, much like it is for the girls, defensive and press intensity and taking care of the basketball offensively. And they did that really well Tuesday night against Parsons. And they've done it really well at times, but the turnover monster can kind of rear his ugly head every now and then for the Dragons. And you would think that controlling the boards is also going to be important here tonight for Chanute. We got a slip trip hazard there. Our keys to the game brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburgh on the corner of 4th and Joplin. Since the Boston Braves were in the World Series back in 1948. With John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, those guys will align it, from golf carts and side-by-sides all the way up to F550s and small buses. They'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment, 620-231-6230.
But yeah, I think you hit it right in the head. The turnover monster has been looming all season, but excuse me, has been looming all season. But I also, what I noticed last game versus Parsons is the attitude they played with. I thought they brought such an intensity and such a controlled chaos mindset, where they felt like they were in control of the game, but they were playing at their own pace. But they sped the pace up, they slowed it down when they wanted to. They just played mean and aggressive and controlled, and I hope they bring that again tonight versus Chanute.
Kind of like when Coach Nolan Richardson was at Arkansas when they won those championships in the mid-90s, that 40 minutes of hell. And pardon my French, but that's what the Dragons are hoping to create with their defense and turn it into offense. It's kind of the same story on both sides of the basketball, but in the half court earlier this week on Tuesday night, the Dragons looked really comfortable for the first time, I think, this year in the half court, and that's got to be an encouraging sign for Coach Moss.
Oh, for sure. And they just seem to take more care of the basketball. As the games have gone by, they've got more and more discipline. They've got more and more control in their offense. And like you said, it kind of like almost like a finished product this Tuesday versus Parsons. And granted, it's a team that looked good against, but still a good team, still an SEK League opponent. And I think we have Jamarcus Davis down there driving hard in the paint again like he did Tuesday night. And we have shooters like Nevin Rothenham looking flawless from behind the arc. Chanute's in trouble.
Yeah, Chanute's definitely, you got to think that a point of emphasis for them is to cut off the dribble penetration of Jamarcus Davis, because when he's able to get to the bucket and draw contact, the Dragons are a real hard offense to stop. And I'm sure Coach Devin Crabtree has talked to his team about that and trying to shore up that perimeter defense. But the boards tonight, I think, are going to be a big factor for the Dragons. If they're able to limit the second chance opportunities for Chanute, I think that's going to be key as well for the Dragons tonight.
For sure. Yeah, Chanute, they need to speed us up. Yeah. That's what we've been struggling with all season, is being sped up. That's where all the turnovers come from. Making wild passes, those surprise traps. You see, in the ladies' game, I think our ladies team and our boys team are very similar in what they struggle in and how they struggle at it. They get sped up by these opposing teams. They always come in the second half. They never get pressure to trap in the first half, and we always get our lead then because we look so good in the half court. But that full court, when we start losing turnovers and start giving the other team extra possessions, that's when we start to struggle. So Pittsburg, take care of the ball, obviously. Chanute, look to speed us up early.
All right, let's go ahead and talk starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the host Chanute Blue Comets, they'll start number 3, 6'4" junior guard Warwick Olson. Number 20, 5'10" junior guard Jalen Duncan. Number 22, a 6'1" senior guard Kobe Patterson. Number 23, a 6'2" junior guard Lawrence Cheney. And number 35, a 6'5" junior forward Daniel Stanley. For the Dragons, they're going to start number 1, senior Danny Durden. Number 2, senior Caden Navaratnam. Number 4, junior Jamarcus Davis. Number 11, junior Landon Jesse. And number 20, senior Malachi Meadows. And that's the starting 5 we've become accustomed to this season for the Dragons. And of course, we'll see Zane Miller, Wyatt Thomas, Gabe Cox coming off the bench for the Dragons, as well as Corday Hayes at times. We'll see a lot of different faces for Coach Moss coming off the bench. And if the Dragons able to build a significant lead, we're going to really get to know our roster for the Dragons tonight. But not put the cart before the horse. They got a lot of work to do here on the road against a solid Chanute team. And if you got a chance to hear Coach Moss's post-game interview Tuesday night, he recognized this is a well-coached team that knows their system. And we're going to step back and honor America with the singing of the national anthem.
And tonight, please stand, face the flag as we honor this great country of ours with the playing of our national anthem, performed by the Chanute High School Blue Pride Pep Band under the direction of Dr. A.J. Bute.
Oh, great job of the national anthem by the Chanute Pep Band. We've heard him playing Radiohead, Katy Perry tonight. That's a good sounding pep band.
Very diverse.
You got to recognize game, you know, and they do music the right way here in Chanute.
I can always appreciate some Radiohead. So
yeah.
No complaints over here.
6'4", junior number 3, a senior number 2, Kate Navarrete. For the Blue Comets, a 5'10", junior number 20.
And it looks like for this boys varsity game, we're going to have an all-female officiating crew. And they did a heck of a job in that girls varsity game. It was a pretty smooth game.
Yeah, I thought they called it well. I thought they called it fair. I thought they trusted themselves. They didn't rely on the crowd. You know, there was some disagreement about the crowd, but I think they were right most of the time.
Yep, and they established, hey, that's a foul early in the game, stuck with it consistently throughout the game, and no complaints.
No complaints
from a guy who routinely complains about officiating. They did very well.
A lot of it Tuesday night.
Very efficient. Yeah.
Number 23, Laura Chanute.
And again, it's still new for me for seeing the student section report. It's still kind of fascinating to me. I don't know why it is.
I don't know. Some schools do it.
Yeah, it's just
Some
unique.
don't.
I'm just never used to it.
Maybe it's the Kansas thing.
Yeah, I think it's an SDK thing. And they got a big one, and it's wrapping around the court.
And apparently it's a K-12 student section. All right, starting lineups have been announced here in Chanute. Getting set for the opening tip of tonight's game. As always, our opening tip-off brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt's heavy. So trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. Call B&B Excavating 620-724-2735. It's loud in here, buddy. My Apple Watch would be warning me that we're in a loud environment.
Oh, very loud. And that band's going.
Yep, they're here all right. Yep. So Tucker Applegate set to jump against Danny Durden. Durden gets the tip. Dragons control, and we're underway here in Chanute. Jamarcus Davis driving, and he's going to be called for a carry. And we saw that call early in the girls' game as well. And Davis not a fan, but that'll turn it over to Chanute. Duncan gets it across the timeline, has it now top of the key. He'll give it up to Warwick Olson. Guarded by Navaratnam. Pass deflected. And tipped out of bounds by Davis. It'll stay with Chanute. And that pass was initially deflected by Durden. Got his arms out there and slapped that one off of its intended path.
Gamble almost paid off with Durden there. Pittsburg, their identity is being so loud, taking their hands to the basketball and trying to create chaos.
Duncan with it. He'll kick it outside to Olson. That was Cheney with it, and a shot clock violation against Chanute. So a good defensive possession by the Dragons. And they force the turnover purely by the passage of time.
That's a great message to send right away from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no easy shots.
Yeah, show Chanute that you're here to play. Shut them down for 35 seconds, not even taking a shot.
Landon Jesse to inbound from the far side. I think the official they've noticed that some of the balls from the warm-up period were still laying along the edge of the court, and it's a player safety issue.
Yeah.
And they get that cleaned up, and here we go. Jesse inbounds to Davis, and we're underway. Malachi Meadows with it, over to Navaratnam, into the corner to Jesse. Three-point shot is good. And we've heard Coach Moss talk about what a good pure shooter Jesse is if he'll just take the shot. He did right there, and the Dragons out to a three-point lead and another turnover by the Blue Comets. This one fourth.
If you're Chanute, I'm worried about landing Jesse. You don't let him get hot early. We saw it early on. He showed the potential as a shooter. He's been kind of scared to break out of that shell, but once he does, he's going to unleash on him because he's such a phenomenal shooter.
Caden Navaratnam gives it up to Davis into the lane. Forces one up, won't go. Rebound comes down to Duncan, and Davis was triple teamed and just forced it up anyway. Into the lane, shot on the way is good for Lawrence Chaney. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Kobe Patterson. 1 point game here early. Navaratnam gives it over to Davis for three. No good. Rebound battled for and controlled by Durden. He's fouled on the putback, and Danny will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
There's that physicality from Durden down low, fighting for a rebound. Had his arms locked by his defender, still fought through it, grabbed the ball, and forced a foul on the guy who's guarding him.
Whistled that foul on Daniel Stanley. That's his first. First shot on the way from Durden off the back iron, and we've seen a lot of the Dragons free throws tonight on the girls' game off the back iron as well.
Yeah, you got to take what you're given.
And that's two in a row off the back iron. Durden 0 for 2 from the line. And the Dragons hanging on to a 1 point lead here to start early. Kobe Patterson with it. Gives it up in the lane to Stanley. And his shot is good. So Chanute's offense firing on all cylinders to start here early. Down the lane goes Davis. Kicks it out to Navaratnam. His shot affected. And Malachi Meadows gets it, loses it going down the lane, and turns it over to Chanute.
Yeah, great offensive rebound there. Great awareness on Meadows, but wasn't able to keep hold of it.
Duncan over to Patterson. Now Duncan with it again. Near side, this is Lawrence Chaney. They get it down low. Shot on the way, no good for Olsen. And the reverse layup by Meadows. No good, and he went for a reverse there and didn't have to. Could have just gone with a normal layup. And misses that one. Is there a foul? No. Just out of bounds.
If you're Pittsburgh, you gotta capitalize on those transition buckets.
Yep. Backboard. Navaratnam picking up Patterson. His pass to Duncan. Now into the corner. I think this is Case and Otis, who just checked into the game. Now Olsen with it up top. Gives it up to Stanley. Three-point shot on the way, no good. Battle for the rebound. It's going to come down to Chanute. Pittsburgh got a block out, and Durden picks up the foul on Otis as he drives into the lane, and got to also cut off that dribble penetration if you're the Dragon guards. Get caught chasing the ball around the floor and allow an easy dribble drive like that as Durden picks up his first.
Yeah, Durden did a great job stepping up there, but just wasn't able to keep his posture. Came down on the defender.
Yeah, if you're Durden right there against the shorter player, you maybe don't leave your feet in that situation. As Otis misses the first free throw.
Especially as how high about his feet. He was going for a
He was going to be like
block.
a circus layup, and Durden was trying to swat it into the fifth row. Otis hits the second. Chaney checks back into the game, replacing Otis. Davis handling up the floor for the Dragons, dribbles into a crowd, and his pass deflected out of bounds, intended for Meadows.
But no surprise, we're seeing Davis attack the basket hard. You have to see much success from him, but it's good to see him attacking early.
Inbounded by Meadows in front of the Chanute bench. We're back underway. Davis over to Navaratnam, pulls the trigger on a three and drills it.
Picking up where you left off Parsons.
Yep. Into the corner, shot on the way from Duncan, no good. Rebound, Durden. And the Dragons, Davis was looking up court at Meadows, but Meadows wasn't looking for the pass. And there's a foul as Durden shot no good, but he'll head to the line for another pair. He's 0 for 2 from the stripe tonight.
Early on, both times he's got the ball in the entry, Durden has done a great job of jumping into his defender and forcing that foul, trying to give up the guys who are guarding him down low in foul trouble.
That's 2 on Stanley. Again, off the back iron is Durden.
He shot the same shot 3 times, just a little too strong. He's taking a little bit off that shot.
I mean, you might as well just go for the backboard.
He's between the basketball and the basket.
Got that one to fall. 1 of 4 from the line is Danny Durden. Dragons leading it by a pair. Lawrence Chaney working against Davis, picks up his dribble, kicks it over. They get it outside to Olsen. Takes a contested 3 and drills it.
Just a great shot.
He had an open look, and it's like he waited for it to be contested. A great look from Davis to find Meadows under the bucket. His first field goal of the night, and the Dragons back up by 1.
That connection always seems to work down low. Meadows is such a great all-throw leader, such a great back cutter. Davis is very good at finding him down low.
Chanute moving the ball well offensively. It's stripped away by Navaratnam, but Chanute comes away with it. But the interior pass off the mark, and it'll turn it over to the Dragons.
Great job by Navaratnam. Then again to create that chaos, speed up the play.
Yep.
And force another turnover.
Yeah. You got to get them off of their timetable. And Dragon defense able to do it right there. Davis working. And that no-look pass to Wyatt Thomas way off the mark. And
just trying to be a little bit flashy there.
A little bit cute there. It didn't work. Navaratnam sits, and Wyatt Thomas into the game for Pittsburgh.
He had the open shoot in the corner, just missing over his head.
Patterson gets it down low. Good pass that time as they find Applegate. Back up top. Patterson has it stripped. And they're going to call a foul on the floor.
Chanute already having a hard time trying to find a shot they like under the basket over Moss.
Yeah, Moss just checked into the game, and that foul whistled on Zane Miller, who also just checked in. Pass over the top to Duncan, over pursued by Thomas. Rebound comes down to Chanute. Reverse layup, no good. Can the Dragons get a loose ball? Outside, open shot for Olsen, no good. Battle for the rebound again. And a foul inside going to be called on Moss. And that'll send Lawrence Chaney to the free throw line.
Now, you may not agree with that call, but they earned it. That was their 4th chance to score a basket there.
Yeah,
if you're
you got to get the loose ball.
You have to box out. You cannot allow 2nd, 3rd, or even 4th chance opportunities.
Yeah.
That's just giving them basically extra possessions. Pittsburgh, you do a great job turning the ball, forcing turnovers, but you also have to box out.
And first shot good, second shot no good. Chanute again comes away with the rebound. And there's a block down low, and Zane Miller going to come away with it for the Dragons. So they dodged a bullet there after not securing the rebound. Miller for 3, in and out. Man, that did everything to go in. Quickly back the other way comes Duncan. And another foul under the bucket. Fouls rack it up quick on the Dragons. Fortunately, under 2 minutes to play first quarter. Oh no, they're going to say it was out of bounds. There's no foul there. Landon Jesse will sit. Danny Durden back into the game for the Dragons. So now you got Durden and Moss out on the floor at the same time. Wyatt Thomas down the lane, out to Zane Miller. Hits the three. Dragons by 3. Cheney with it, back to Duncan. Now Cheney as Thomas steps out to challenge him, and there's a whistle. 3-second violation is called against Warwick Olson for Chanute. My voice is struggling, bud. Minute 31 to play, first quarter. Dragons by 3.
Another turnover there for Pittsburgh.
I might just let you do all the talking from here on. Wyatt Thomas with it up top, over to Navaratnam. Driving, nice pass to find Thomas, or Moss, but he walked with it and couldn't get himself stopped in time. And the Dragons turn it over.
That'll happen. Shot
Tickets for Hoops and Cash playing halftime.
Cheney handles it up the floor for Chanute. A minute to play. First quarter, Dragons by 3. Olsen. Applegate. Long pass across to Patterson, who drills the 3, and we're tied at 12.
Defensive breakdown.
Dragons lose the shooter in the corner, and Patterson makes him pay. Navaratnam just going to pull up for a 3 and drills it. Woo!
I don't know what's gotten to Navaratnam lately, but he's on fire.
Yeah, 6 points in this first quarter for Caden Navaratnam. Dragons lead it by 3, under 30 seconds. Olsen working against Thomas, kicks it out, shot on the way. Oh, that's Olsen with a shot, and he drills a 3. And Dragons gonna have to start honoring the outside shooters for Chanute and let your bigs take care of business on their own. Zane Miller driving, scoop layup, no good, batted around. Chanute comes away with it. It's Kobe Patterson. Shot on the way at the buzzer, no good. And after one, we're all knotted up at 15. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Welcome back to Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas. After one, we're tied at 15, and largely because of the outside shooting and the offensive rebounding of the Blue Comets. The Dragons have played pretty well here so far. They've turned the ball over 3 times, but then again, so have the Blue Comets, so that's a wash. The Dragons have gotten 3-point buckets to fall as well. This is a pretty evenly matched game thus far, and if you're a fan of basketball, a pretty good one. Chanute will have the ball to start the second quarter. Audis to inbound. Duncan over to Audis. Now Duncan again, top of the key, trying to direct traffic. He's going to drive down the lane. Durden blocks it and comes away with it. Long outlet pass, not a good idea, and it's intercepted. And getting in a hurry gets the Dragons in trouble every time. The pass broken up by Navaratnam. And chaos. Duncan trying to straighten things out offensively for Chanute. He gets it over to Patterson. Now back to Duncan. Patterson will take a three and hits it. Pittsburgh has got to get out on the outside shooters. You can tell that all Chanute wants to do is shoot threes, so better get out there and contest it. Davis dribbles into the lane, loses a dribble. Patterson comes away with it for Chanute, so Pittsburgh turning it over here early. And a foul on the other end is going to go against Wyatt Thomas, and that'll send Warren Golson to the line.
Yeah, you can see that Chanute, there's not much movement off the ball for Chanute offensively. They're just kind of just swinging around the arc every couple seconds, and then they're like, okay, we're just going to shoot it, and they're going to make it. So Pittsburgh, if you're Pittsburgh, you just got to
swinging around the arc, and they're like, if you're going to give me 5 yards between me and the defender, I'm going to go ahead and shoot.
Just close out the shot.
Olsen missed the first. Thomas sits, and Landon Jesse back in the game for the Dragons. Olsen hits the second. And it's now a 4-point lead for the Blue Comets. Dragons need to take care of the basketball in the half court and run the offense. Don't try to do too much individually. Under 7 minutes to play second quarter. Dragons trailing it by 4. Davis down the lane, dribbles off his foot and loses possession. And the possession arrow thankfully favors the Dragons. They're going to keep it, but again, Davis trying to dribble maybe a little bit too much. Jesse with it up top, back to Davis. Into the lane, spinning, and loses it again. It's going to stay with the Dragons. And that's the second time. And this time down the floor. Jesse with it up top. He'll put it on the floor. Into the lane, he's fouled.
Pittsburgh doing a good job of attacking the rack. Just having a hard time keeping hold of the ball while doing so.
Foul's called on, no, that's the girls. Foul's called on Easton Colburn. Just checked into the game. And again, Davis down the lane, traveled with it. There's another Dragon turnover. And I think Jamarcus trying to do too much by himself right now. Jesse sits. Zane Miller back into the game, along with Meadows. Duncan over to Chaney. Now Audis with it, working on Meadows. Chanute with a 4-point lead. Duncan gets the handoff. Back over to Applegate. Now back to Duncan as he's calling for a screen, and it was a moving one. Audis' shot no good. Battle for the rebound. It'll be Dragon ball.
Yet again, you just kind of see that lack of an offense. How Chanute, just nobody really knows what they want to do. They kind of just seem clueless for a couple seconds, and they just heave up a shot.
Well, they don't have a real good individual mismatch against the Dragons. I think that's causing them problems. Davis steps through off the glass and good. First bucket for Jamarcus Davis, and the Dragons cut the lead to 2. Quickly back the other way comes Chaney. Down the lane, and they're going to call basket interference against Danny Durden because he slapped the backboard, which is too bad. If he hadn't done that, that shot was definitely not going in.
No.
And you just gave Chanute a bucket.
Durden got there pretty high and still couldn't block it.
I didn't see who the driver was. I'm going to give it to Olsen. Caden Navarotnam with it, and they're picking him right up. Down the lane goes Meadows, off the glass, no good. And again, the Dragons having trouble with the ball in the lane. Meadows will sit, Jesse back in. It'll stay with the Dragons. Davis to inbound from the baseline. Davis gets it into Navarano. Back out to Jesse. He'll take a three. In and out. Rebound controlled by Durden. Back to Zane Miller. Kicks it out to Jesse. He'll take another three. Off the mark. And the rebound tracked down by Durden again. And they're going to get a foul against Olsen. And that is not a crowd pleaser here in Chanute.
Nope. But kudos to Durden. 2 offensive rebounds that possession, fighting hard under the basket and creating 2 extra possessions for Pittsburgh.
Davis. Now Miller walked with it. Too much running, not enough dribbling for Zane Miller, and the Dragons turn it back over to Chanute. 4:43 to play first half. Dragons trailing it by 4. And they were down 9-5, cut the lead to 2 at one point, but have since not been able to get anything going in the half court. This is Audis with it, trying to force it down low to Olsen, and it'll stay with Chanute as it was deflected out of bounds into the Dragon bench.
Once you start to see Chanute pass the ball a little more, you can start to see those Dragons still taking their hands to the basketball and still intercepting those passing lanes.
Chaney with it. Audis back to Chaney. They'll swing it around. This is Patterson. Back to Olsen. Cross court. They get it, trying to get it back to Olsen. It's a shot clock violation, the second one of the game. And Chanute with their 4th turnover of the night. Unfortunately, the Dragons leading 7-4 in that category. But Pittsburgh with the ball now, trailing by 4. 4:06 to play first half. Zane Miller with it for Pittsburgh. Navarano to Durden outside. Danny puts it on the floor to the bucket. Scoop layup is good. Nifty move by Danny Durden. Cuts the lead back down to 2.
Great quick crossover by Durden. He used size and his length to extend to the basket. A nice little scoop layup.
Chaney gives it up to Audis, who puts on a dribbling clinic. And Durden got way too far from the bucket. And Audis makes him pay with the bucket. Zane Miller with it now. Back up top to Davis. Pulls up for 3. Off the mark. No rebounder there for the Dragons. And probably not the shot Coach Moss wanted in that situation. And we see Wyatt Thomas and Meadows up off the bench getting set to check back in. Cross-court pass to Olsen. Left alone for 3. And he drills it. Warwick Olsen single-handedly pretty much keeping Chanute in this game. Navarano for 3, in and out, and the Dragons gone cold from beyond the arc. Jesse's missed his last 2. Navarano misses that one. Davis missed one from beyond the arc earlier, and the Dragons settling for 3-point buckets when I think they have a bit of an advantage on the inside. Olsen with it, kicks it out. Audis has it stolen by Navarano. Caden off and running. Forces a layup, no good. Miller there for the rebound. His putback is good.
Great effort by Zane Miller there to attack the basket, Navarano in transition, and get that offensive rebound to create the second chance bucket.
Miller with 5. Now Patterson gets it down low to Duncan. He has it stripped away by Durden. Olsen diving for it, but he goes out of bounds with it, and that'll turn it over to the Dragons.
Great effort by the whole Pittsburgh team there to attack the ball and get on the ground.
Yeah, defensive effort has not been an issue for the Dragons tonight, that's for sure. Miller gets it into Wyatt Thomas. Just checked into the game. Thomas out to Miller. He thought about a 3. Puts it on the floor. Off the glass and good. Nifty move by Zane Miller. He's got 7. And the lead down to 3. Audis left all alone. He'll take a 3 off the back iron. Long rebound. Ball tipped around. Dragons can't come up with it. And Malachi Meadows hits the floor but cuts the legs out from under Audis. And he'll pick up the foul.
You got to get another second chance for Chanute because Pittsburgh just struggles with box out. You can see Parker Meadows bleeding out there looking for a transition bucket instead of boxing out the shooter, and it goes right back to the shooter.
Moss checks into the game. There's Olsen just hoists a three. Rebound Jesse. Landon gets it ahead to Moss. Over to Meadows, out to Thomas, back to Meadows. Jesse with it, around Miller. Over to Thomas, his shot no good, tipped around, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons.
Great job by Miller there to get past his man and create a chance down low. Thomas was unsuccessful to make it off that back cut.
1:11 to play first half, 3-point game, Dragons ball. As Wyatt Thomas sets an inbound for the baseline, Moss will come take a seat, and Danny Durden back into the game for the Dragons. And Durden's played with a lot of energy tonight, and you probably want to keep him out on the floor as much as possible. If you're Coach Jesse Moss, no good on the inbound pass. It leads to a run out for Duncan and an easy bucket as Zane Miller punched it out from under the bucket.
Trying to get away from him there.
And now it's a 5-point lead for Chanute. Miller gives it up to Jesse. Now back to Miller in the corner, working on Patterson. Miller stepping through, pass to Meadows. They'll work it around the horn now. Thomas with it. Back to Meadows, into corner to Jesse for three. Off the mark. Rebound comes down to Olsen, who walked with it, got away with it. He'll give it up to Audis. Now Duncan with it, as we're down to about 30 seconds to play here in this first half. Chaney, and that pass deflected by Durden. Danny off and running. And he's fouled on the breakaway, and that foul's on Olsen. That's his second. And Durden will head to the line to shoot too.
Danny rose up like he wanted to throw it on his head. He's trying to slam that one home. But he wouldn't have to do that. And with the way Danny can shoot at the line today, make it harder.
First free throw for Durden is good.
Okay, his last two though.
Don't jinx it, man.
I'm not trying. I have faith in him.
And Jesse's going to pick up an over the back foul, fighting for the rebound.
Well,
that's his first.
Danny can blame that on me. I'll take the blame.
The whole world is blaming that on you right now. Chaney kicks it out, wide open is Audis. His three no good. Rebound comes down to Corday Hayes, who immediately throws it away. Durden comes away with it for the Dragons, and that's going to do it for the first half. Got a little physical there at the end, but after the first half, Dragons trailing it by 4, 28-24. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank Halftime Show. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan. A plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Chanute High School, Chanute, Kansas at the half. The Purple Dragons trailing the Blue Comets 28-24, and 4 points has been about the margin that Chanute established in that first quarter. The Dragons haven't been able to chip into it too much, but they've held their own. The lead has not grown beyond 4. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for more than 100 years. Whether it's personal, business, or agricultural needs, trust the team at GN Bank. Find out more at gn-bank.com. So at the break, the Dragons trailing it by 4. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of those first half scoring totals. Our Eye on the Game brought to you by Kanar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kanar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburg and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KanarEyeCare.com. First, for the Chanute Blue Comets, they're led in scoring by Warwick Olson. He's got 12 points, all of those coming in the first quarter, 9 of them from beyond the arc. Next up, Kobe Patterson. He's got 8, all of those in the first quarter. And then it's lower totals. We got Kason Audis with 3, all those in the first quarter. Daniel Stanley with a bucket in the first quarter as well. And Jalen Duncan with 2 to round out the scoring for Chanute. For the Dragons, there's just not a lot of scoring, period, in that second quarter. But for the Dragons, they're led in scoring by Caden Navaratnam. He's got 6. Danny Durden has 4. Landon Jesse with 3. Almost for the Dragons are led in scoring by Zane Miller. He has 7. Sorry, Zane. And Malachi Meadows with a bucket to round out the scoring for the Dragons. Jamarcus Davis also with a bucket as well. Well, that scoring total was a total mess, but apologies. We got it all in there, I believe, though. There's halftime shooting competition going on. This young lady's hit the layup, hit the free throw, hit the three-pointer.
To win $100.
She's got a chance to win $100, and then she's totally
If they can make this
derailed this halftime show. But
who's going first?
I love a good halftime half-court shot competition. Man, she's gonna have to get something behind this. Almost.
All right. Next up for $100, Becca.
Oh, Becca! Oh! So close, so close. Well, no $100 being given out tonight, but how about that? It's anybody's game at the half. Dragons trailing it by 4, and they've had bright points in this game. They've had some head-scratcher turnovers, and hopefully we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Moss able to make in the locker room here at the break. We'll step away. We'll be back with second half action. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburg Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Welcome back to Chanute High School. If you can hear me, it's a rocket environment. And Dragons at the half lead at 28-24. Or I'm sorry, trail it 28-24. That's wishful thinking there to the Chanute Blue Comets, but it's been an up and down game. The Dragons, I think, have an advantage under the bucket, but Chanute really has done a great job under the boards tonight. And they've been the quicker team to the loose ball from all of the first half. And so the Dragons need to box out perhaps a little bit better, take care of the basketball. But other than that, not a lot of deficiencies for the Dragons offensively here tonight. It's just a well, evenly matched game, very competitive, as you expect here in the SEK League. And we'll see what the second half has to bring as we're getting set to go. As we're soothed by the sounds of, is that Toto, I think, is Africa. Yeah. Strange basketball music.
Yeah.
You know, it's my job as I moonlight as a music critic. It's a strange choice.
I'm trying to set the mood.
Yeah. This is what I play to go to sleep at night.
Yeah, very interesting
smooth
choice.
80s jams. Chanute with the ball to start the second half. And Duncan with it off the inbound, and we're underway. Nice pass down low to find Stanley. He's fouled and the bucket. And you see they whistle this one on. Again, Danny Durden with the foul. That's his second. I have it as his second anyway. We'll find out what it really is here in just a second.
Yeah,
it's his second. Look at that. Look at that.
The official, unofficial stats.
Yeah. Stanley with 4 points, trying to make it 5 here by completing the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, he's done a great job at Pittsburgh coming out of the half, rotating. They got out-rotated by just a couple passes there, and Durden was just not where his man was, and led to the foul.
Stanley's free throw in and out, but the offensive rebound comes down to Duncan. Patterson back down to Stanley. It's stripped away by Davis, who saves it in to Navaratnam. Quickly ahead to Meadows. He's going to drive on Patterson. He's fouled. Oh, no foul. He gets the bucket, though.
Great pump fake by Meadows there.
Don't anticipate the foul if you're the play-by-play guy. Dragons still trailing it by 4. Stanley with it again. He's going to go to work on Durden. Lost his footing a little bit. Shot no good, but gets his own rebound and the putback. And Chanute is owning the offensive boards tonight. It's ridiculous. 4 points in this second half. Durden's shot is good. And the Dragons cut it back down to 4. Can they cut it under 4? Got to get a stop here for Pittsburgh. Duncan with it. Meadows giving him some space. Back to Stanley at the elbow. Kicks it outside to Chaney. Back down to Stanley. He's tied up by Durden. And it should be Pittsburgh ball, and it is.
Great job by Durden there to take his hands to the basketball. Blocked the guy, kept his hand to the ball the whole time, and was able to force a jump ball.
Durden's playing very well tonight. Coach Moss has got to be happy with his effort. Landon Jesse with it. And bring it up the floor. Over to Davis. Davis into the lane, kicks it outside to Meadows. Back up top to Jesse. Back out to Davis. Thought about a 3. Now he'll put it on the floor. Down the lane. Off the glass and good. Just the second bucket of the night for Jamarcus Davis, but it draws the Dragons within 2.
Davis doing so good at driving to the basket each and every night. Drawing that contact, fighting through it, and making the layup.
And he does not fear the contact at all. Patterson back over to Duncan. Back over to Patterson. He'll try a 3 off the mark. Offensive rebound, put back no good. Dragons finally come up with a defensive rebound. Davis pushing down the lane. He's fouled. And Jamarcus will head to the line to shoot 2. That foul whistled on Warwick Olson. That's his 3rd.
Davis again using that strength you saw in football season. He likes to translate the basketball, likes to take his defender's head on and braces the physicality.
Yeah, he took that one down the floor like an option quarterback. And the first free throw no good for Davis. It went halfway down and came back out. And the Dragons have struggled from the free throw line as a team. Davis hits the second. So now it's a 1-point game. Can the Dragon defense generate another stop? And there it is. Turnover. Pass ahead to Meadows. Off the glass and good. Meadows has 6.
Meadows does a great job of running down transition. He's always looking back there, ready to go.
Like a wide receiver.
Yes.
Duncan gets it over to Patterson here on the near side. Now Audis with it. Chaney. His pass poked away from Stanley. Back out to Chaney. His pass deflected right into the hands of Stanley. Lots of contact. And it will stay with Chanute.
Huge block by Davis there to save the possession for Pittsburgh. Durden got back down. Jamarcus Davis saw that, flew down to the paint and smacked it out of bounds.
Durden got plowed over, and Stanley still couldn't get the bucket to fall. Now the officials discussing something down there. Two of them.
I've got no clue what that was about.
I'm not sure what any of that was about. But Chanute to inbound from the baseline. They get it into Stanley. His shot no good. Tipped around. Comes down to Patterson into the lane. Little floater off the back iron. Can the Dragons get a rebound? There it is. Landon Jesse comes away with it. Davis. What in the... He thought Meadows was going to cut to the bucket, but instead it resulted in a pass to no one. And I think one of the Pittsburgh cheerleaders was wide open. But other than that, there was nobody in purple to get that pass.
It's just rare to see them out of sync. Normally they're the two people that are in sync.
You're anticipating something. And it just didn't materialize. Patterson to Chaney. Far side to Stanley. Drives, shot no good, tipped around, and saved inbounds by Audis. And now Duncan with it. Chanute trying to reset the offense. Patterson for three is good. 11 points for Kobe Patterson. And with a name like Kobe, you better keep a hand in his face. And there's a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. 4 minutes to play, third quarter. It's a 2-point game, and this one has been nipped and tucked the entire way. And Chanute lost one of these on Tuesday at Labette County. They're trying to win one here tonight at home against the Dragons. And Pittsburgh this season has been a much better road team than they have been a home team. And so the Dragons looking to pull one out here tonight and get out of town.
Catch the Ivys in the way out, too. But yeah, no, the Pittsburgh Patterson's a guy you want to close out on. He's been knocked three down from behind the arc already.
He's pretty much a guy you want to deny the ball. But there's a few guys that Chanute, I mean, they've got multiple weapons, and you can tell why teams have had some trouble with them this season is because they got three guys who can legitimately score the basketball. Dragons with the ball coming out of timeout. Under 4 minutes to play. Navaratnam has his pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Pittsburgh. Gives it up to Davis in the corner to Jesse. Back to Navaratnam down the lane. Durden off the glass and good. Nice ball movement. That time by the Dragons. Durden has 8 points. And now there's a whistle. I don't know what that was.
No, but great job by Pittsburgh to beat that zone. Just by overpassing, rotating faster than the defense could, and got the light up and lay up the dirt down low.
Yep. Patterson with it. Gets it across the timeline. Now Duncan with it. Back to Patterson. Left alone for three again. The shot no good. Davis comes away with the loose ball. They're going to say he stepped on the end line. How many times can we see that in one night where a player steps on the end line? That's the third time tonight, twice in the girls' game and once here.
Yeah, gotta watch your feet.
Tied at 35, and every possession matters in this game. Duncan with it at the top. Audis back to Duncan. What was that?
Meadows trying to fight down low against Stanley.
And they got a whistle against Malachi Meadows. That's his second.
They had a mismatch in the zone. They were trying to target him. Meadows with the face front. Just find him too hard down there.
Chanute to inbound. Chaney to throw it in. He'll get it in to Stanley. Going to work on Durden. Picks up his dribble. Now gets a wild shot. Tried to save it in, but could not. Good effort by Chaney, but had a toe on the line when he dove for it.
Yeah, great effort by Chaney there, but Pittsburgh rotated very well there, was able to shut down all passing lanes and make it a very tough play for Chaney to make there.
Jesse to Navaratnam, out to Davis, open for three, and he drills it. First three-point bucket of the night for Jamarcus Davis. He's got 8. And the Dragons on top for the first time since the first quarter. They lead it by 3. Otis with it, up top to Stanley. Now Duncan. Patterson. Duncan with it, guarded by Meadows. Up top again to Stanley. Now Patterson with it, driving into the lane. Floater on the way, no good. Rebound, Durden. Danny will handle it up the floor. Gives it up to Davis, top of the key. They'll work it around the horn to Jesse, open for 3. In and out. Durden can't secure the rebound, but the loose ball ends up with Meadows. And back up top to Davis. And the Dragons can reset. A lot of time on the shot clock for this Dragon offense. Navaratnam for 3. Drills it. 9 points for Caden Navaratnam.
If you are Chanute, you cannot let Navaratnam get open. He will make you pay behind the arc each and every time.
Stanley, he puts it on the floor. Down the lane, working on Durden. Off the glass, no good. I don't know how they didn't get an over-the-back foul on that rebound. Davis comes away with it. Kicks it out to Meadows. Now Jesse, let's get a good shot here. Jesse down the lane, his shot blocked. Quickly back the other way is the blocker. That's Chaney. His shot blocked by Durden. And Patterson ends up with it. Back up top to Duncan. Back out to Chaney. Audis with it. His dribble poked away from behind. Ahead to Meadows. Malachi stepping through. His shot blocked out of bounds by Patterson.
It's a block party.
And but I think Meadows did a real good job avoiding the charge. And I think that was his chief concern.
Yeah.
More than his shot at that point.
Had to do some sort of on-the-fly Euro step to avoid the last-second charge. Had a good effort, but Patterson with some rotation there, able to deny the shot.
Moss back into the game for Pittsburgh. Durden gets its break, and so does Navaratnam. And that's where all the Dragons' offense has come from, except for a three-point bucket by Davis. So we'll see what they do here. Jesse with it, way up top, guarded by Patterson. Gets it to Moss in the middle of the lane, now back out to Meadows. And that's too long of a one-handed pass for Meadows. Fortunate that it was tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Meadows made eye contact with Chile before he tried to make that cross-court pass, and Patterson tried to almost solve that.
And if you're going to throw it cross-court, you better get it over chest level. And that one was, they're fortunate to hang on to the ball there. Jamarcus Davis with it, top of the key, gets it outside to Miller. Jesse just launches a desperation 3. It was a shot clock violation. The officials stop it. It would have been a run out for Chanute. And they're going to rule that the ball touched the rim and that they stop play. It'll be Chanute's ball still, but no transition opportunity. And Danny Durden set to check back into the game. Things have not looked good without Durden on the floor tonight for the Dragons. And he'll come in, and Landon Jesse will sit. So you got Durden and Moss on the floor right now for Pittsburgh.
Got away with one there. Thank God they called that.
Yeah. So Chanute going to hold for last shot. Dragons leading by 6 here towards the end of the third quarter. Duncan dribbling out some time. Gets it back top of the key. Now Olsen with it, and that's who they want to shoot it. Olsen launches a shot. No good. Davis launches one at the break. Watch out, girls. And after 3, the Dragons lead it by 6, 41-35. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
It's a barn burner here in Chanute. Dragons leading it by 6. 1 quarter left to play. Dragons trailed it at the half by 4. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now up by 6 going into the final frame here on the road in Chanute. And I can't explain, but the Dragons look so much better on the road this season than look at home. And I don't know.
They just look much more disciplined, I think.
Before a home game, they should all get on the bus and ride around for an hour and then get out, you know? There's a turnover. Jamarcus Davis comes away with it for the Dragons. Down the lane, finger roll is good.
Yet again, very tough physical finish attack for Jamarcus Davis there.
Yeah. Olsen gives it up. Now Duncan with it here on the near side. Tries to get it down low to Olsen. He has position. Zane Miller strips it away. And then they're going to whistle a foul. Was that Davis? And that'll send Olsen to the line for 2. And no. They got it on Navarrete. That's his first. And that will send Warwick Olsen to the line to shoot a pair. He's 1 of 2 from the line tonight. Hits the first.
I will say when Chanute does get the pack of gas, they start knocking away through the defense. Pittsburgh does a great job of converging on them and bringing that out of defense, making it a tough task for them to finish the bucket.
And Olsen hits them both. Dragons lead is 6. 7:23. Fourth quarter. Navarrete going to pull up for 3 off the mark, and that's one of those possessions you'd like to see the Dragons have the ball a little longer, and they're going to whistle a blocking foul on Jamarcus Davis.
Davis is trying to cut him off a half court.
Yeah, he cut him off all right.
Yep.
That's the first on Davis.
That's a good foul. Shut down transition. It's your first foul.
Yeah. He definitely got his money's worth on that one.
Yep. That's what you got to do.
Looks like Chaney may have taken a shot to the lower abdominal region, but he appears to be okay.
My dad always told me, if you're going to foul him.
Yeah.
That's what Davis did there.
Yeah, no soft fouls. That was not a soft foul. Duncan with it. Gets it to Stanley at the elbow. Chaney loses his footing, kicks it over to Patterson. Now back to Chaney. There might be some sweat or something on the floor. Caused Chaney to slip there. Duncan plows into Navarrete, and we haven't seen a charge call all night, either game, and they don't get one there as Chaney gets the bucket. 4-point lead for the Dragons. Miller mishandles the pass, gathers it back, down the lane, off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound Olsen. Down low to Stanley. His shot no good. But he gets his own rebound, and finally, Durden gets one for the Dragons, and he came down on a foot, and he has twisted his ankle, and Danny's in some pain. He's going to have to head to that Dragon bench. And Zane Miller's like, what do we got to do to get a foul call down here?
It's just such a hard task for Durden.
Yeah, that's really the first possession tonight I've seen where this officiating crew could have done a better job. Stanley working on Moss. Spins to the bucket, can't get it to go.
There it is.
And there's the foul on Stanley that should have been called 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, they do such a good job of crashing the boards. They come with such physical tenacity that it's hard for Pittsburgh to deal.
Stanley's third. Zane Miller with it. Dribbling around top of the key. He'll give it up to Malachi Meadows. Kicks it over to Davis. Hands it off to Meadows. And his pass picked off.
I don't know what's happened.
I don't know what just happened there. They stopped the flow of the game to allow a substitution. I don't understand. But Chanute with the ball. Chaney with it way up top. Back over to Patterson for three is good. And you can't leave him alone. And that's what the Dragons have been doing. And every time Patterson has been left alone, he's drained a three. And now it's a one-point game. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 5:34 to play. Dragons by one. We'll take a break and be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
5:34 to play. Dragons leading by one in what has been a back and forth affair here in Chanute, and this is what a league game is supposed to be.
Yeah, bringing all the excitement early on in this season. That's what you want to see in the SEK. You want to see competitiveness. You want to see excitement.
Yep. Two very evenly matched teams. They're playing like it tonight. Davis picked up his dribble. He needs help and throws it away. Kobe Patterson comes away with it. And the Dragons, I don't think they knew that Jamarcus needed help. There's a travel by Stanley as he drugged that pivot foot, and that turns it back over to the Dragons. So Pittsburgh gives it up and gets it right back. Miller bringing up the floor for the Dragons. What in the... Miller will sit after that, and Moss will sit as well. Durden back into the game along with Landon Jesse.
Yeah, a pair of miscues early on out of the timeout. Pittsburgh
and
pair of bad
in a
cuts.
one-point game, you got to value every possession, and 2 turnovers on 2 consecutive possessions for the Dragons. Davis strips it away from behind on Olsen. Off the glass and good. Nice play by Jamarcus Davis to sneak in, get the steal, and convert the bucket. And the Dragons, a little bit more breathing room. It's still a one-possession game. And they're going to whistle that foul on Davis. That's his second.
They give you 5 fouls. Davis hadn't used any until this quarter.
Yeah. Can't take them with you, you know?
Exactly.
Duncan with it. Over the top to Olsen, working on Meadows, and that's a charge. And that's Olsen's 4th.
There's the first charge of the night.
Yeah, there it is.
Great job by Meadows.
I think they know they missed one earlier. They're like, we're going to watch that.
Yeah. Meadows doing a great job of understanding the size differential between him and the opponent. Take it straight up and on as soon as the contact hits him.
I know I keep talking about it, but this has been a very well officiated game by an all-female officiating crew, and it just supports my premise that women should rule the world. Navaratnam's pass down low to Meadows. Nobody ever really controlled the ball on that entire possession for the Dragons. They get it down to Stanley, who tries to kick it out to Patterson, and they tip it out of bounds. It'll stay with Chanute. And the Dragons got to take care of the basketball in the fourth quarter in a three-point game, and there's just been, 4 turnovers by the Dragons already in this fourth quarter?
Yeah, like you said, you'd like to see these possessions get down just a little more.
Yeah, just slow it down a little bit. Duncan gets it over, and they get it down low to Stanley, and he dunks it as Durden gambled on the pass, and it left Stanley wide open for the dunk. If you're the last line of defense, you can't gamble on a pass out at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Thomas thought about a three, kicks it over to Meadows, back to Thomas. Now Davis with it. And the Dragons timeout. Coach Moss, he knows his guys look out of sync. And let's get them back on the same page. And it's a 1-point game, 3:45 to play, 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. I'm just going to be quiet for a second and try to preserve what's left of my voice. This is a wild atmosphere here in Chanute.
No doubt about that. Very lively. And what's very cool to see is the broadcast team they have here.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Chanute has point the camera at them. Chanute has a really impressive student broadcasting crew. There they are down there. And they're calling the game. They've got a director sitting there. They're running multiple cameras. They've got one in the corner. And just a really impressive student broadcasting program here at Chanute. And hopefully we can get those kids to go to Pitt State, you know?
That'd be great.
Dragons with the ball coming out of the timeout, leading by 1. 3:45 to play. Navaratnam off the inbound. 3-point shot on the way, no good, tipped around. Jesse with the rebound. His shot no good. Landon's been off the mark tonight from 3-point. Just kind of thought about that one, I think, for a second before he took it. And now Chanute with it with a chance to take the lead. Warwick Olson, they'll swing it around the horn to Duncan. Gets it down low to Olson, working on Navaratnam. And he's fouled by Davis in the paint. They wave off the shot. The foul's on the floor. And they'll whistle that one on Davis. That's his fourth. Oh, it's his third. 14 foul on the Dragons, so no more gimme fouls. Olson with it up top. Patterson near side. Back up top to Olson. Now to Duncan. They'll reset. Stanley with it. He's going to dribble into the lane. Spinning, shot on the way, off the back iron. Rebound, Durden. He lost it. Still a battle for the loose ball. Navaratnam comes away with it for the Dragons. Slow it down, and he does. Now Davis with it. 2:40 and counting. Dragons by 1. Hanging on to a 1-point lead. Davis to Navaratnam. Down to Durden, working on the blocks. Back up top to Navaratnam. Fake the 3. Now down the lane goes Hayden. Shot won't go. Use the backboard. And Chanute comes away with the rebound. Stanley now with it. His shot way off the mark. Rebound Jesse. And they're just going to let him get fouled 3 or 4 times. Now Navaratnam with it. 2 minutes to play. 1-point game. Can the Dragons get some points on the board here? Jesse down the lane, kicks it out to Navaratnam for 3. Caden in and out. Rebound, Stanley. Here comes Chanute again. They've had lots of chances to get the lead. See if they can do it here. Patterson thought about a 3. Kicks it back up top to Cheney. Now back over to Patterson. Dragons collapse on him this time. Now down to Stanley, going to work on Durden. Kicks it back out. Duncan elevates in the lane. Shot in and out. Rebound stripped away, and it's Pittsburgh ball.
Great job by Pittsburgh to say this put on defense. Last practically 30 seconds, of course, not a bad shot. It's not a high percentage shot out of that guy or Chanute at all. And they come away with the offensive rebound.
And we'll see if Chanute's going to bring any sort of full court pressure here. Doesn't really look like it. Nope.
So make him sit back and play defense. Neither team really finding a way to gain any traction these last couple minutes offensively.
Jesse gives it back up to Davis, will handle it up the floor. 1:15 timeout, Pittsburgh, 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here.
Well, you gotta imagine that first going to look to try to get Davis downhill, try to do something Danny Duncan, try to get easy 2 points. It doesn't work. I imagine they're trying to kick it up another roster and Brandon Jesse try to get a 3 and make it a 2-pitch again.
And I think it's also important to recognize that this is situationally probably the most high-pressure situation the Dragons have faced all season. They've either been way out in front or way behind in most games at this point. And here they are in a 1-point game on the road at Chanute. And this is a big test for this group of guys. And I think it's important for us to recognize the pressure that these kids are under in this situation.
Yeah, this will be a great early on test for the rest of the season. It'll give them in-game experience what to expect when they come into the top later in the season.
Yeah. So Jamarcus Davis to inbound from right in front of the Dragon bench. Coach Moss over there coaching up Danny Durden in the corner, coming out of the timeout. 1:15 to play, 1-point game. They get it in over the top into the backcourt to Malachi Meadows. Meadows guarded by Chaney. Picks up his dribble and throws it away. Chaney comes away with it. And Davis steals it away from Duncan. It will stay with Chanute. But man, oh man, the passing by the Dragons.
Yeah, just tight off-ball pressure by Chanute there, and the Dragons couldn't handle it. Davis couldn't seal off his man, so Malachi Meadows to give a window to pass to, and he's still trying to force it to him and just unsuccessful.
Like, you can't make up your mind who you're going to pass it to in advance. They get it into Stanley, going to work on Durden. He'll kick it back out to Chaney. Patterson, now Duncan with it. Under a minute to play. Outside Olsen, long 3, oh my goodness. A circus shot by Olsen. And it's a 2-point lead for Chanute. Pittsburgh ties it right back up on the other end, Davis. Now Patterson with it. Meadows cuts him off along with Durden. They'll kick it back out to Duncan. And a timeout. Coach Devin Crabtree wants to talk it over with his team. They say full. Where's the signal?
That was full.
It's a full. All right, we'll take it as well. 23.7 to play. Tied at 47. We'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Having the right financial partner
Make 20 beat you.
Welcome back to Chanute High. 23.7 seconds left to play. We're tied at 47. Blue Comets with the ball coming out of the timeout. The Dragons do not have a foul to give in this situation. And so, do you foul here and force them to make free throws? Or do you force them to make a shot? Because they made some big ones coming down the stretch. Chanute inbound, gets it into Olsen. Working on Meadows. What was that? What was that?
I believe it was a 5-second call.
The officials talking it over. He's about to pick up a technical. He better chill out.
A 5-second foul caused on Malachi Meadows to give Pittsburgh a chance to win the
14.3
game.
now left to play. Dragon basketball. The home crowd, the natives are restless here in Chanute. And everybody needs to mellow out. 12 seconds. Jamarcus Davis with the ball for the Dragons. The crowd on their feet. Davis kicks it over to Landon Jesse. Back out to Navaratnam. Raises up for three. Off the mark. And your stomach is going to be sad, Michael. It's overtime. Not a good shot by Navaratnam.
Wow.
But with that amount of time, it's unlikely the Dragons were going to get a real good shot.
No.
But I think maybe work it down low for something high percentage. It's a tie game. You don't need a three.
Yeah,
you just need a two. And the Dragons settle for three. And then we're going to overtime.
You would have liked to see Jamarcus Davis attack the basket like he's done all game.
Attack the basket, get a foul, go to the line. There were so many better things they could have done with the ball right there. But nonetheless, we're going to overtime.
I was going to say, like you said, situational basketball, that's the first test they've had all season in this kind of situation. They know for next time.
Right. And the Dragons have not been in this situation this season, and you could kind of tell right there. Maybe, well, I don't know if Coach Moss was out of timeouts, what the deal was. They didn't look real good coming out of the last timeout. Maybe he was like, let's just let it roll, and who knows?
Oh, yeah, we saw it happen that timeout. They pressed us right away. Don't give him a chance to press us out of the inbound. Don't give him a chance to let the crowd go crazy.
Yep.
Let your players play. Let your players let their game speak themselves.
So we're going to tip it off here in overtime. Durden to tip it off against Stanley. Stanley controls this trip for Chanute. I think Durden, that injured ankle might be affecting his jump a little bit. They kick it back out. Olsen with it. Stanley, now Patterson. Back up top to, now it's with Patterson. Down the lane. Shot blocked by Jesse. And Meadows comes away with it for the Dragons. Big block by Landon Jesse. Pittsburgh with it, 3.5 to play in overtime. Pass deflected, but ends up with Navaratnam. Durden down the lane, kicks it out to Davis. Jesse for three, no good. Tipped around, out of bounds, it'll stay with the Dragons. Off the hands of Stanley. And Chanute's coaches probably need to tell their players to stop talking to the officials. This crew's put up with a little bit of that here in this fourth quarter. Getting in over the top to Jesse. Now Davis. Working on Duncan. Stop and go. Off the glass. No good. Rebound comes down to Stanley. And he's fouled. And how do the
team
fouls carry over into overtime? Is that the rule?
I guess so. I wasn't aware of that. So Davis.
Who'd they whistle that on? That's Davis's fourth, so now he's got to be careful. not to pick up his 5th because Jamarcus really stirs the drink for the Dragons, and he cannot foul out here in overtime if Pittsburgh wants to come away with the win.
Losing him will be detrimental.
Yeah, to say the least. Yeah. Stanley misses the first. Second one off the back iron. He comes away empty. Malachi Meadows with the rebound. We're still tied. 3 minutes. Navarone kicks it out to Jesse for 3. Off the mark again. Landon Jesse ice cold from the floor tonight. And at this point in time, maybe don't shoot it. But he's one of the better shooters on the team. And Coach Moss wants him to take that shot. Patterson with it. Near side to Chaney. Cross court to Stanley. Loses his own dribble and hands it basically to Caden Navarone. Who wants to win it? Who wants to win it? Davis gives it up to Meadows. Up top to Durden. Now to Jesse. Navarone for 3. In there! Caden Navarone gives the Dragons a 3-point lead. Still a lot of time to play. Chanute with the ball. Olsen working on Meadows. Stanley near side to Duncan. Down low to Olsen. Rushed his shot, and Durden comes away with the rebound for the Dragons. He could have come down with that, and I believe gotten a much better shot. Now Davis kicks it out to Jesse. Long 3. What? No good. And Chaney comes away with it for Chanute. Jesse took that one from a mile away, and the Dragons got to get a better shot than that. Navarone picks up the foul outside, and that's going to result in free throws for Olsen. You fouled him at the logo. Second on Navarone.
We've given them all the credit for the officiating tonight, but that is the most ticky-tacky call that you can call. In a situation like this, you just don't like to see that.
You haven't called that all night, and you're going to call it right there.
Yeah.
And like the most crucial point of the game. Olsen hits the first free throw. And he hits them both. 1-point game again. Dragons need a high percentage shot, not a three-pointer here. Davis out to Jesse. Picks it up, back to Davis. Gives it up to Navarone. Back to Jesse. He puts it on the floor, drives, no good, but he's fouled by Patterson.
Landon just needs to come down with these.
That's Patterson's first.
Hopefully that can get him out of the slump, seeing these shots fall. But
bend the knees, bend the knees. First free throw is good for Jesse.
If I'm Coach Moss, I'm telling Jesse to shoot out of it.
And that is his first point of the second half. His first point since the first quarter. He hits them both.
Nothing but net.
Dragons by 3, under a minute to play. Duncan with it for Chanute. Chaney. Now Duncan again over to Olsen. Pulls up. No good off the back iron. Jesse with the rebound for the Dragons. Gets it ahead to Meadows. Cross court to Durden. Over to Davis. And a timeout. Coach Moss. A 6.5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Dragons by 3 with the ball. 29.5 seconds to play. They'll have it coming out of the timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll step away for 30 seconds. You watch Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Chanute High School. Dragons with the ball, leading by 3. 29.5 seconds to play. Malachi Meadows will inbound from in front of the Dragon bench. The officials talking something over with the scorer's table. Here we go. Got to get it in. Got to get it in. And they do to Jamarcus Davis, who is fouled. 27.4 left on the clock. If Davis, these are some big free throws. Oh no, they're not shooting free throws. That was the 4th foul.
Yep.
So the Dragons will inbound again. Meadows to throw it in from in front of the Dragon bench. Now there's a timeout. Chanute, understandable. Coach Crabtree wants to talk it over with his team. Full timeout, we'll step away. The drama continues. We'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Welcome back to Araucus Chanute High School. 27.4 seconds left to play. The Dragons with the ball, leading by 3. Chanute with no more fouls to give. Every foul from here on out will result in free throws for the Dragons. They get it into Landon Jesse. Jesse drives down the lane. Can't get it to go! Rebound Chanute. Quickly comes back the other way is Patterson. And a timeout, Coach Crabtree. Oh man, use the backboard. And the Dragons can't convert on the layup. And Chanute with a chance to tie it with 18.3 to play here in overtime.
He was too open.
Way too open, apparently, as he was all alone going down the lane and bricked it off the back of the rim.
I'll tell you what, if you're Pittsburgh, it's going to be crazy to say, you're almost more comfortable here because you're such a better defensive team.
Yeah, you played good defense tonight. You cannot lose a shooter on the perimeter. You'll give up a 2.
No, they're going to.
Who cares about a 2? You better have that perimeter locked down. I'm sure that's what Coach Moss is talking to his team about right now. If they want a 2, they can have a 2.
Yes. I promise you,
and
Patterson,
do not foul. Do not foul.
Not at all. I promise you, Patterson and Olsen are going to have face guard.
Yeah,
face guard.
And you pick them up at the half-court line.
Yes. They're going to have the inbound.
Because Olsen shot his last 3 from probably 10 feet beyond the arc.
I promise you,
that was a ridiculous circus 3 the last time down.
Don't give him a free layup either, though. They can earn it.
No, you want to take some time, but you'll give up 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
You'll give up 2. but not quickly, hopefully, if you're the Dragons. So Patterson to inbound from right in front of the Blue Comet bench. 18.3 seconds to play. Dragons by 3. Chanute with the ball. Patterson gets it into Duncan. Clock running.
A lot of screens.
Meadows fouls him, and that'll send Duncan to the free throw line. I don't understand, but okay. I guess you can't make more than 3 points on a free throw, but then you got a rebound if they miss the second shot.
Coach Moss recognized that Lucas ain't shooter. Handling the ball at the top of the key. He told Meadows from the sideline, go ahead and foul him.
Foul him, yeah. That's 3 on Meadows, not like it matters now. Duncan's first shot off the mark. Now Moss checks into the game, replacing Navarotnum as the Dragons put some rebounders in there. Duncan's second shot is good. 14 and a half to play. Timeout, Chanute. Coach Crabtree wants to talk it over. The Dragons are going to have to inbound it from the far end. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Navarotnum checking back into the game. Moss will be out.
Chanute now has to prevent them from getting across half court in 10 seconds. If they don't do that, they have to foul. Pittsburgh recognizes that. All you have to do is take control of the ball and knock down a free throw. All you have to do.
All you got to do is take control of the ball and
easier said than done.
Not turn it over.
Yeah. But 14 seconds, put the ball in your ball handler's hands. Marcus Davis, they're going to try to trap you. Give them support. No bad passes. Nothing easy. Ball control for 10 seconds, and you should walk out this door with the victory.
Well, if you've tuned in for this one, you have not been disappointed. The Dragons lining up a first down play here.
Slide wide.
Yeah, Davis can't tuck it and run here, though. He knows that, right? Timeout, Chanute again, another 30. Oh, but timeout, Pittsburgh.
We've seen last
They're
time
just trying to keep you from getting to Arby's, man. I think that's what it is.
Well, at this point, the adrenaline's pumping. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. Not hungry anymore.
Once I start tearing down, I'll crash and I'll be starving again. But right now, I'm fine.
Yeah.
No, we saw earlier.
It's stomach churning for a different reason at this point.
We saw earlier this season they had a play like this where they were trying to go long play. Had to do an inbound play to win the game, and they had a football play, threw a touchdown at 94 feet. So Coach Moss wrote it up again, put them on the line. It's just hard for the defense to line up against that and force a breakup on the inbound pass. So.
Well, it's a rocking environment here in Chanute. A good crowd on hand. They've been treated to a gem of a game here tonight.
Yeah, this has been an incredibly lively environment. It's an awesome to be here. Yeah, can't hear myself think, but it's part of the environment, part of the experience.
And if the Dragons line up in another almost football formation for this one, Jamarcus Davis could be more comfortable because there's no pass rush.
Yep. He's at half court this time.
Now Meadows to throw it in. This is the world turned upside down as the receiver is going to throw it in.
I imagine Jamarcus Davis is going to be crashing down at the ball in half court. Yep. Get open.
They get it into Landon Jesse. Jesse over to Meadows. Meadows over the top to Davis. Davis puts it on the floor over to Durden. No, he misses the dunk. Chanute comes away with it. Durden could have laid it in, and the game is over. The Dragons escape with the win. Oh my goodness. And Durden could have just laid that in and put this one to bed.
Try to go out with the thing.
And somebody came out of the crowd, a Dragon fan, after the game. Coach Moss is like, get off the floor. And that's going to do it from here in Chanute. The Dragons win it 52-50, and this is the second 2-point heartbreaker Chanute has dropped this week.
We'll step away for a quick break, catch our breath, and be back with the post-game show. You watch Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live. Woo!
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at bigironauctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Woo! I don't know if I've caught my breath yet.
Nope.
I took my blood pressure medication. I hope everybody else did. Dragons win it 52-50 in overtime over the Chanute Blue Comets. Pittsburgh improves to 6-4 on the season, 3-1 in the SEK. And when they started out the season, Michael, 0-3, there were doubts like, oh, are these guys going to come together? Is this going to happen this year? And oh my goodness, I mean, what a road win, what a gut check for the Dragons to pull this one out and come away with the win. And Chanute had their chances late, couldn't quite get it done. And this is their second heartbreaking loss of the week. They dropped a 49-47 decision at Levette County and then come home here and drop a 2-point heartbreaker in overtime to the Dragons. And they're going to have to pick themselves up off the mat because they're on the road again next week at Coffeyville. And maybe they can get right against the Golden Tornado.
Here he comes.
But the Dragons get the win. And Coach Jesse Moss heading up here. You look kind of like I feel.
Man, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
How about that? So, you know, just another game.
Yeah.
Just another Friday night. You got to be really proud of your guys. I mentioned coming down the stretch, you guys are leading by 1, time running out, and I told Michael, I'm like, they haven't faced this situation all season.
Yeah.
This is high pressure.
Yeah.
And they rose to it. They reacted tonight.
Man, we work on situations not daily but weekly in practice just to prepare. You never know what weird situation a game will throw you, but man, I'm so proud of our guys. We fought till the end. We were tough, disciplined, connected, unselfish. All of our core values tonight. So super proud of our guys.
And they adapted throughout the game. The shots fell early, didn't fall late, but they managed to battle to the bucket, draw the contact, and the defense was there all night. I thought it was a fantastic defensive performance by your guys tonight.
Yeah, no, man, Chanute is super uber talented. So ton of credit to them, but our guys just battled their tails off on the defensive end all night long. We ran, I think, 8 or 9 different defenses and different looks that we threw at them. Our guys were locked in for the most part, and when we weren't, they made us pay, and that's what good teams will do. So Chanute's a really good team. Their coach is phenomenal. He gave me some great advice before the game, so I'm super thankful for him. Man, that was a great win for us. We're super excited. Can't wait to get back to Pittsburgh.
You seem a bit stoked right now.
Yeah. No, I'm a little wet.
Cloud 9, yeah.
I think I might pass out, so if I do, just let me fall. I'll be all right.
And how good does it feel early in the season? Your guys, the new system, and it looked like they were learning a new system, but they've progressed and matured so much over this last few weeks. I mean, as a coach, you got to be proud of them.
Man, I'm so proud of these guys. They deal with some things that some kids don't have to, and we continue to rise. We continue to be there for each other, and that's the best part of this team. And what they've taught me is you can have fun, and as soon as the lights are on, these guys are ready to lock in. Now at times we don't do that the best, but tonight we did it. Now we'll see if we can carry it over.
And it doesn't get any easier on your SEK League schedule coming up. You're hosting Fort Scott Tuesday night. Some prognosticators early on said they're probably the best team in the conference, or in the league, excuse me.
Yeah.
So what do you expect to see out of the Tigers?
Coach Feedback is a buddy of mine. He was one of the first coaches I talked to, so I'm really looking forward to competing against him. They got a really good team. They got that transfer in. They got Cannon Brown, I think that's how you say his name. And their role players are really, really good. Oh, I forgot to mention their point guard. I can't remember his name right now. The little light-skinned dude. He's a stud. So this is going to be another great challenge. And Labette County just beat Chanute the other night by about 2 points. So I think the league's wide open, but we're so thankful that we get to compete against really good teams night in and night out.
All right, Coach. Well, go enjoy this one with your team. Congratulations.
No doubt.
Enjoy that ride back to Pittsburgh.
Thanks, guys. God bless. Toby, if you're watching, I love you, dog.
All right, that's head coach Jesse Moss of the Pittsburgh Dragons. They come out on top tonight, 52-50 over the Chanute Blue Comets. And with an overtime victory, a gut check for this Dragon team, and they answered the bell tonight, and they got to be feeling real good on that ride home. All right, well, we'll step away for our final break, come back, put a bow on it. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
It's The Rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The Rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Welcome back one final time to Chanute High School. Chanute, Kansas Dragons pull out a 52-50 overtime victory over the Chanute Blue Comets. Dragons improved to 5-5 on the season. Or I'm sorry, 6-4 on the season. That's how bad at math I am. 3-1 in the SEK League. Chanute falls to 5-3, 1-2 in league play. And the Dragons back in action Tuesday night, taking on Fort Scott. Both boys and girls will play. The Dragon girls back in action tomorrow afternoon. So a programming note for you there. We'll hit the air at about 2:30 with the pregame show. The girls will tip against Shawnee Mission Southwest, Northwest, one of the directions. I have it written down. I'll figure it out sometime. But yeah, Blue Valley Southwest. There it is. The Dragons play in Blue Valley Southwest tomorrow afternoon. Tips off at 3 o'clock, pregame 2:30, and we'll have that for you here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. And as a final note, as a guy who is rough on officials, I kind of have a reputation. This officiating crew tonight was outstanding. They were awesome for the girls' game. They didn't blow their whistles. There was no drama. They allowed players to be upset. They allowed coaches to be upset. They managed the game. Chef's kiss to this
kudos to
officiating crew. I hope we see them again. They were excellent.
Round of applause.
So hats off. So that positive all around tonight for the Purple Dragons. And a great atmosphere for basketball here tonight in Chanute. And these teams will see each other again. It'll probably be a barn burner in Pittsburgh later on this season. So for Michael Kissel, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching Dragon basketball with bonus basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.